Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, do you know, I feel it's been weeks since I've been here on a Wednesday.
He's back again.
You're back in, you're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Are you? It's so nice when he's back, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. We've sort of both been separated for the past few weeks, but we're back together today. Good morning to all of you lovely gardening friends out there. My name's Sean Ryan, by the way. Do I look a bit scruffy today, Bex? I do.
No, you look like a gardener. Which is a bit scruffy.
Yeah, sorry, I absolutely looked
No,
to myself.
not at all. You look gardening, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm a gardener. You're
There
a
you
gardener,
go.
so there we go. We'll get away with it, won't we?
We're on
But good morning to everyone. We've got a brilliant show. My name's Sean. This is lovely Bex. We've got brand new products, some real beauties, haven't we?
Some real beauties, and we've got our plant of the week in front of us.
We have selected, both of us went round the nursery a few days ago, had a look, and we selected this as a plant of the week, and it is phenomenal. We're not going to give you the price yet, but we are going to tell you we have got a free gift, some gorgeous sweet peas.
Yeah, our amazing super scented sweet pea seeds.
Yes. Very good.
I love saying it. I can't help it.
That was really good for him. Normally Bex isn't that great first thing in the morning. That was good. Say it again.
Super scented sweet pea seeds.
Yes, there you go. There they are. Ready to plant right now, and they will give you the most amazing colour and fragrance all through the summer. All you need to do is use the off code YGTV924, and that will unlock all the special promotions on the show. We've got loads of promotions. We've got buy one, get one frees. We've got reduced prices. And the other thing is, we have got free postage when you spend over £40. And at this time of year, we're heading into March, you can easily spend £40 just by adding compost to your order. That was a bit gravelly, Bex.
To be honest.
So easily.
To be honest, I need to spend at least that on just getting some compost at the minute.
I ran out yesterday.
Yeah,
On a day
I've got
off
one bag
yesterday.
left.
I was
One
so
bag.
annoyed. I was on a
Halfway
roll.
through a job.
Yeah, I was on a roll and I ran out of compost. So it does happen. I mean, how can I let it happen?
Exactly.
But I did. So yes, do make sure you stock up on our premium professional composter as well. Right, shall we begin the plants of the week then?
Yes, let's start with our beautiful...
amazing.
I say callistemon, you say callistemon, don't
I've
you?
always said callistemon.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we don't care, do we?
I don't- well,
We're not fussed about the
You say
pronunciations.
tomato?
I say tomato.
But somebody out there may say tomato. Who knows? But this is the callistemon, or what do you say again?
Callistemon.
Callistemon. I think that sounds nicer. I've always called it callistemon. Right, look at the size of this.
Yeah, it's a big one,
full,
isn't it?
It is a big one. It's full of buds. It's about to burst into flower.
There's so many buds on here. Loads of them.
It's in a big
one here.
pot. Look at that. I love these. I call them the bottle brush plant as well.
Oh, there's so many. Oh, I love it. And you can see why it's called the bottle brush, can't you? Because the flowers that you get on here do have that real bottle brush fuzzy appearance on them. I think they're absolutely beautiful.
Now, I was
really
thinking,
eye-catching.
I mean, when Bex and I looked around the nursery, we thought this was going to be about £25.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For something this size, this nicely established, also it being...
So I'm just trying to smarten up.
Also it being what you would consider to be a proper feature plant, a talking point in your garden.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And at this time of year, I mean, this is a little bit early actually, but we've had a mild February.
Yes.
But are you ready for the price on this?
Come on, let's do it.
$14.99.
Woohoo!
I know.
See, $24.99.
That was a great surprise face you did there, because we did know the price. We did know the price. But $14.99, and actually, if you are one of our many tens of thousands discount club members, $13.49. Amazing. And to get it in a 2.5 litre pot as well. Really established.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think it is a beautifully established plant, and as we say, it's going to be a real talking point and a real feature. And as this grows and establishes, look at the kind of display that you can get here. Once this is in flower and you get all of those, I mean, when I say once it's established, it's kind of getting there anyway, isn't it?
And it is very early flowering, this one.
It is very early.
Yeah,
It's normally later on, isn't it? It's normally early summertime.
I was going to say, normally when I've had these, it's kind of May time.
Yeah.
Into June, sometimes even a bit later. But yours will arrive covered in buds, raring to go. And it is our plant of the week. The discount club price is only £13.49. If you're not a club member, you can join today. It's £5 for the year on auto renewal, and you'll get a 10% discount on everyone.
And it's a really
not on everyone, on everything.
On everything.
Yeah, not on us.
It's a really easy plant to look after as well, isn't it? I mean, we call it half hardy. It can cope with some colder temperatures. Might need a little bit of fleece protection in the worst winters, but really, this is incredibly easy to look after because once it's established, it's pretty much drought tolerant as well. So it's not one that you need to be constantly watering every single day of the week. It doesn't require a huge amount of pruning. In fact, it doesn't really want to be pruned too much. It really doesn't like a hard prune at all. It just wants a little bit of trimming back just to maintain the shape of it. Honestly, it's such a simple one to look after. And it is a pollinating paradise.
Yes. It's a PP.
It's a PP.
I just love the flowers. They really they look like they're going to be spiky, but they're not at all. Dan's just said, I look as if I'm back in my boy band days.
How long was your boy band days?
About 5 minutes. Many, many moons ago, I was in a very unsuccessful boy band, I may add. However, I didn't like it actually.
Didn't you?
No. I don't know, just one of the things, I randomly got chosen to be in this boy band.
I could see you being a Gary Barlow.
Yeah, but I can't really sing.
Can't dance. I've seen your dad dancing, you can't dance.
No. Maybe it was my wonderful boyish looks.
Rugged.
Bex.
No, you weren't rugged back then.
No, I was boyish back then.
You were boyish.
Yeah. Anyway, it didn't last long. It was a complete flop. But I found my way into something I love doing.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's a journey, isn't it?
You have to get there.
But Bex, if you don't know, is we both are very, very passionate gardeners. We work for You Garden. We are live now in our potting shed, so we are in the middle of an 11-acre nursery.
We are here on the 28th of February, and it's a leap year. It's going to be the 29th tomorrow.
I know.
Oh, it's going to be exciting tomorrow.
Hey, if you've got a birthday tomorrow, let us know.
Yeah.
Yes.
First birthday in 4 years.
Yes.
I always think that's fascinating.
And if you want to say hi to Bex and I, we would love you to be part of the show. Any questions, any queries? Bex and I have got really good knowledges of gardening, but if you don't know the answer to questions, we'll certainly find out for you with our head gardener, Peter McDermott. So, Calistone loves a sunny spot.
Loves a sunny spot, absolutely. Wants as much sun as you can possibly give it. But really, as I said, it's very, very undemanding, very low maintenance, quite easy gardening, and just might need a little bit of protection over the coldest winters.
I'll be honest, I have got one of these, and occasionally it does get a bit of a battering when it's really cold.
Yeah.
But it has survived.
Where's yours then?
Sunny spot. But it's in a pot.
Yes, okay.
So if
you
it's
could
really,
move it if you need to.
Yeah, if it's really cold, I do move it to my
And you can do that. It's entirely up to you, and it really very much depends on where you live in the country and obviously the kind of weathers that you're used to dealing with. But as a feature in a pot, absolutely fantastic. And if you can and want to plant it out into a border, you can do that as well. How big does it get? It gets about a metre and a half.
Yeah, I mean mine's back there, and I've had it quite a few years.
Yeah.
They're not really fast growing.
No.
I'd say moderate. Right, get that in your basket. It's an absolute steal of a deal at $14.99. I was going to do a few dance moves for you there as I moved on. But I won't. I just want you to enjoy the garden today.
Oh, now this one's a good one.
Oh, right, this is a deal and a half.
This is a really good one. Thoroughly enjoy this one because this is a 300 summer bulb collection. You're going to get 7 different varieties included in this one.
Sorry, I've just seen the price.
I know.
$11.99. Now, I know you've missed my maths.
I knew that was coming.
I'm making this 4 pence a bulb.
Well done. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Have you missed my maths at all?
This is such a good collection. Now, each of them come in separate bags, so they are all labelled, so you know exactly which ones you're getting. Very important, because obviously you don't just want to throw these in the ground. You want to know what you're planting where, because you're getting so many different ones included in here. So should we run through them?
Yes.
What are you going to get?
Where should we start, Bex?
Ooh, wherever you
like.
Do
start at the bottom, work upwards?
Yeah, let's do it.
Start with the freesias.
Freesias. Yes, you are going to get... How many of those?
I think it's 20.
Forgotten. You are correct. 20 freesias included, mixed colours. Around August, they're going to flower for you. And you know freesias, they're beautifully fragrant, aren't they?
Oh,
absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
Reaching about 25 centimetres in height. That'll be the Acidanthera. So you're getting 45 of those.
I've never grown these.
No, do you know I haven't either. They're really pretty, though, aren't they?
I think they're really pretty.
I think these are aren't these the ones that are a relative of the lily?
Yes.
They are, aren't they? So these ones are later flowering. We're talking somewhere between August and October, so right towards the end of the summer season. And they can get quite tall. We're talking about maybe 1 metre in height, and you're getting 45 of those included.
And then should we move up to the alliums?
Allium Molly, yeah, these are the yellow ones. I love these. They look like sort of, they're upwards facing. They're like sparklers.
I know we think of alliums, generally speaking, being big and tall and purple, but these are a lot shorter, aren't they?
A lot shorter. We're only talking about maybe 50 centimetres in height, and they flower sort of anywhere from May into June time.
And then in the centre, you cannot
love the gladioli.
You can't miss the gladioli. I mean, look at those. They're stunning.
Real gorgeous mixture of colours included, and you're getting 10 of those. Plant those all together. You don't want to mix those up or spread them out. You definitely want to plant all 10 bulbs in a group.
Either in a pot or the back of a border, because they'll go about 1 metre. And then more alliums?
More alliums, the Neapolitanum. So again, around May and June time, and they're similar to the mollies. They'll reach somewhere between 40 and 50 centimetre height. I think actually, if you can mix the mollies and the Neapolitanums together, that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? 35 of those you're getting. Brodiea, the cluster lilies, 75 of these ones.
And they're a lot shorter, these, aren't they?
A lot shorter, yeah. You can create like a carpet with these. We're only talking maybe about 30 centimetres in height. And you get 75 of those included as well, which, you know, they're slender. So 75 of those is actually a really good number because, again, you're going to plant those in groups.
Really close together in groups.
Yeah, you might even put all 75 together or maybe split it into 3 25s.
I love blues, don't you?
Yeah, I love them.
And then, last but by no means least, these can go big, can't they?
The Liatris spicata, yeah. So we're talking about maybe 1 metre in height, and I think these, I mean, they've got that kind of bottle brush appearance as well, haven't they? Real sort of fuzzy-looking petals on there.
An amazing collection.
Well, it really is. If you think about the flowering season, so we're talking anywhere from May all the way through to sort of June, September and October.
Thinking, about 5 months, isn't it?
So you're getting 5 or 6 months worth of colour out of those.
Wow.
I know, right?
Wow, there's the bulbs.
They will all naturalise in your garden. You've got to think about the value for money here, as you said, about 4 pence a bulb.
4 pence a bulb.
Cut flowers, you get loads of those.
If you know, some of those just cut flowers. Where would you get a cut flower for 4 pence? I know. I mean, there's gladioli. If you say even out the price, 4 pence a bulb.
If you bought one gladioli stalk of flowers, how much would that be?
Imagine.
Not that you'd buy one, but you know what I mean. Could I just have one, please? Just the one? No,
Imagine
I don't want 5. I want one.
Just giving you one gladioli. There you go. I love you still.
No, I just want one, thank you.
Oh, dear.
But they are expensive, aren't they? Because they are big, they're bold, they're beautiful. Now, this is total value for money. Months of colour. They will naturalise in the ground. They'll come back for you year after year after year. You've got a whole bunch of cut flowers that you can use there as well. I think this is a phenomenal deal.
You've sold it to me.
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. By the way, the recommended retail price is $29.99. This was on special on our website at $14.99. But you wonderful You Garden TV customers, today $11.99. Most of your club members, so you can get it for £10 and 79 pence. 630 130. That's the best price that we have ever done on those.
I know, it's amazing.
It really is amazing.
I knew that one was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think, do you know what? Even if you've got like a full garden, there is always space for things like that. You can always find space to put those bulbs in.
And they'd be great in pots as well.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move on to our Sweet Pea Patio Perfect selection right now. I said that quite quickly, didn't I?
Love a tongue twister.
I do. But I love these.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They really are. I've always adored sweet peas. I grew them as a child. But these are a really special variety. They're called Patio Perfect because they're ideal for a smaller garden, a patio. They'll only grow to about 60 centimetres, these.
Yeah, so unlike the sweet pea, Super Centre sweet pea seeds that you are getting, that are your true climbers, they are full size and they're beautiful. Find space for those. These ones are going to be a bit more compact for you, only reaching about that 60 centimetres in height. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at the quality of the roots on there.
Bex, I'm just going to have a costume reshuffle.
I know.
My microphone's gone.
Put it on your shirt.
Yeah, I'm going to change. Do you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm just going to put a gilet on and attach it to that.
There you go. We haven't got enough gilets on in the potting shed at the minute.
No. It has got warmer. So my microphone's gone down here, so I'm just going to sort myself out.
I'll carry on, don't you?
I sound a bit thin, apparently. I wish I looked thin, but anyway. Right.
Oh, we've got a leap year birthday.
Save that for me.
Oh, okay, we'll come back to that. Bear with us. All right, let's talk about the sweet peas, shall we? So these are the Patio Perfect. I just want to show you how amazing these are. Look at the quality of the roots that we're talking about here. These are multi-sown as well. You can see that there is definitely more than one seed that has been grown in here, which means you're going to get an even better display going on. Now, they are garden-ready plants. I'm going to suggest your garden isn't quite ready for them yet. Sweet peas can cope with a little bit of frost. They're not fully tender. They can cope with a little bit, but what they don't want is any prolonged periods of frost. So I would say get hold of these, get them in your conservatory or, on your windowsills or in your greenhouse. Get them going. We've already done a good start on that and got them going for you, but get them going. Just noticed Sean's taking his trousers off.
I did a full change.
He's doing a full change. It really put me off. Sorry about that.
Okay.
He's right behind that camera as well. No, but it's right in my eye line. I'm blushing slightly. Right, with sweet peas, what you are going to get is months of gorgeous colour throughout the summer, sort of June, July into August. They have the most beautiful fragrance to them as well. This is why sweet peas are a full British summer favourite, because we get that rainbow of colour, because we get all that gorgeous fragrance, and because they're quite easy to look after. You do want to deadhead them, but I think with your sweet peas, you're going to naturally be doing that anyway, because the cut flower displays that you can create from these and get that scent bringing it indoors is absolutely gorgeous. Now, what I would suggest is once you get these home and you plant them up, they do like to root quite deeply, so go for a 12-inch pot minimum, because they do like deep roots. And what you also want to do is stop the plants soon after you've got them going. You want to pinch out the top. What that helps to do is just to create a nice bushier plant, which is going to give you essentially more and more flowers. They're fragrant, they're compact, they're semi-upright as well, so you'll create a beautiful display in a pot or in a hanging basket, but then you'll also get this sort of lovely kind of cascading, tumbling effect around the sides as well. You are going to get 20 of these. You can see there's 2 trays here. They are in trays of 10, so you will get both of these. The displays you'll get from 20 garden ready plants in your garden is going to be incredible. That's £15.28 if you are in our discount club. And if you're not yet in our discount club, can I please suggest that today is the day that you join, because you can save 10% off all your plants and accessory orders just by spending £5 here today. Now, you've got 2 options. I'm looking at the green box because that is the auto renewal and it's the least expensive of them. It will then put you onto an auto renewal every single year. You can cancel that auto renewal at any point. If you want to go for the one-off membership at £10, that is entirely up to you. But the fact that you can cancel that auto renewal, I'd suggest go for that £5 one. You will get 10% off every single plant and accessory order, and we're highlighting that on the screen with every item we go to, so you can just see how much you will be able to save. You can also get 5% off every outdoor living and gifts order. Now, you also get £20 worth of U Garden vouchers for you to be able to use throughout the year. You get £5 every 3 months, basically. All those vouchers are sent out to you in your welcome pack. So you get those when you get your welcome pack. And if you just think about ordering our premium professional compost today, if you order one lot of that, you'll save back nearly £2.50. That's half of your club membership just from that one item you've ordered. But just think about how many 10% off you're going to get every single time you place an order over the next 12 months. It really does rack up. I've saved a fortune, Sean saved even more, and I know all of our faithful regulars are all members of the club. In fact, I'm hearing somebody's joined the club this morning, so very well done. You have made a really, really good decision. Okay, so our Patio Perfect sweet peas, that's 410190, and you will get 20 of those garden ready plants for just £15.28 in the club here today. Right, Sean's had a costume change. I'm going to twist your mic round that way.
Sorry about that, Bex. You know, it all went wrong.
It all went wrong. Is
well,
that I lost a bit.
I lost a bit of my microphone. You know, the bit on the end. Anyway, so yeah, I feel better there.
Good. I'm glad you've got your gilet on.
No, you don't need me. You're fine.
It's much more fun with you, though.
It is, isn't it?
It is so much more fun with you.
But, anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, I actually did change everything because I lost the bit off the end of the microphone.
bless you.
Yeah, so I was like, where is it?
Rummaging, trying to find it all.
Right, where are we? So.
Well, we're moving on, unless you've got anything to say about the sweet peas.
Well, I was listening. I think you covered everything.
Thank you. Good.
Yes.
All right, let's move on.
Yes.
Dahlias. I'm adoring this. You know how much we've been loving the dahlias over the last few weeks.
Yeah, so I went round to Bex's the other week, and literally her conservatory is. How many dahlias had you planted?
I can't remember. It's either 13 or 18 pots.
They were just
I've got with
they're all
dahlias
labelled dahlia this, dahlia that.
So I've got the cactus mix. I've got Rebecca's World. I'm going to plant the pom-poms up, but now I want these as
so
well.
actually, dahlias this year. They do seem to be massive. So many garden designers are talking about dahlias. You know, they're a big thing this year. And they did go out of fashion for a while, but the last few years, because there are so many different types of dahlia, so many wonderful varieties.
It's over, didn't you say 54,000 or something?
57, I think there's 44 different species, but if you look at the different varieties, about 57,000, individual.
Isn't it? That's
I know.
You could live a lifetime and never grow all of those, could you? Like, that's just crazy.
And the breeders, they've just, oh my word, they've just gone to town with dahlia breeding.
I love it.
So these are the hybridisers. Look at the value, 10 of these for $12.99.
Can I just show you the bag?
Yeah, they're really big, aren't they?
Oh, that is one bag, okay? That is
big
10
tubers, aren't they?
tubers.
Wow.
So if you go for your double up deal, you're going to get, I'm going to lift them both up now. You're going to get 2 of those bags, and it's just £2 more.
Wow.
Look at the size of those.
So, I mean, 20 tubers for $14.99. Each one of these, I mean, you imagine the show that each tuber is going to give you this year, because these grow big. We're talking close to a metre.
Yeah, but 3 feet in height.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They will flower all summer long. They tend to be sort of like mid to late summer into autumn. Repeat flowering, loads of different colours on these. Great cut flowers as well. And if you store the tubers over winter, some people do leave them in the ground, but it's always a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Because if it's a cold, wet winter, they would not survive. Depends where you live. But you can actually grow these year after year after year. That's the best deal we've done on dahlias, isn't it?
I think it might be. And actually, I really enjoy the colours and the collection. You've got a variety of shapes, a variety of textures, a variety of colours included in there as well. So getting 20 of those tubers, the displays you'll get from those will be beautiful.
Okay, now the one thing I'll say is they like a sunny spot, they like well-drained soil.
Yeah.
You do need to protect them from frost. I mean, you've planted yours in pots, but they're in your
They're in my conservatory, so they're going to be absolutely fine in there, even though we're getting nice and cold. What?
I've just realised
that. You panicked?
I have panicked because I've planted some in pots and I left them out last night. Do you know it was only...
It didn't get frosty last night, did it?
It was a touch of frost, but they'll be fine. They'll be all right. It wasn't like...
It wasn't full-on frost.
Because they were in the greenhouse, I put them out the other day. So anyway,
they'll be fine.
They will be fine. It was only like
it was tiny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they do want a bit of protection from frost, but in a greenhouse on a windowsill, you know, anywhere like that, it's going to be absolutely fine. But it is quite important, I think, to get them started now. Basically, any time from now, really, into March. It's a really good time to get these started. Steal a March, get ahead, make sure that you have the biggest, best, longest-lasting flowering display by starting them now.
They are going to be that price. Sorry, I mean I'm not being funny, but when you buy a summer bedding plants, think about the size of even just a standard, you know, a normal geranium.
Yeah.
You know, might get it to that size. But dahlias, they got to fill pots and beds and borders magnificently. Let's give you an example how you can save loads of money. So, we put one in the basket, $12.99. We don't want one, do we, Bex?
No.
No.
20.
Hang on. That's not right. Why is it not right? Because we haven't used our special discount code. And the postage is $6.99. So let's put it in there. YGTV 924. That's better. $14.99. Deliveries come down. Works out $7.50 for 10 dahlias. 75 pence
a dahlia.
Yeah. And if you want to get rid of that postage, you just need to get your order to over £40. Get your compost. Oh, we've got some great pots on the show, Bex.
Oh, we've got some amazing pots. You're definitely going to want your compost.
Can I just mention the pots? Because I know the ones that go great with these.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll be honest, they're not the cheapest, but they're really stylish. And they're called the Aprils.
He's going April.
I'm going April.
Should we go April?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the square April planters, and these would be perfect. I think one tuber in each of these, though.
Just one.
No more than that, just one in each.
But they're there. We've planted, our lovely Alan planted these up for us with some of our other plants that are coming up on the show.
Yeah, the Primula ballerina.
Yes. But don't they look stylish?
They look really beautiful, don't they?
And if you look closely at the design, they are inspired by dahlias. I love those. So we do look, they're not the most affordable, but I can honestly, I think they're the most stylish and they're really well made. They'll last years.
Well, it's that lovely square shape, isn't it? Which I think is quite desirable at the moment, but you've got that lovely tapered effect as well. We were talking about, Hayley and I were talking about, it's tapered like a lady's waist. How ours used to be. We haven't got that tapered waist anymore, but it's beautiful, isn't it?
You see, I'd say, Bex, it's slightly V-shaped like me. But I'll go with that. But I'm not V-shaped.
Well, we'll pretend. It's all fine.
Yeah. I'm a little bit V-shaped, Bex.
Well, from what I saw from behind that camera when you stripped, then yes, absolutely.
I was breathing in like this.
Woo!
But anyway, those April planters are lovely. There's loads of great planters on the show, though.
Yeah, there's loads.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to have a look ahead and you're on our website, you can go into our show page, and then if you scroll down, you get the whole list of all of the plants and pots and whatever it is that we are talking about within our shows. So you can go ahead, if there's anything in particular that you want to have a look at. People have done this before. They've said, I like the look at this. Message in, send us an email. We'll give you the email address in a minute. Message on Facebook, message on YouTube, and we'll bring it forward. We'll let you have a look at it early. It's not a problem at all. That's what's beautiful about being interactive here with us at YGTV.
We've got so many great things coming up on the show. We really have. Well, a great mix.
Look at all of those.
Oh, and there's all the pots.
Oh, look, there's those window boxes.
Yeah, I like those.
Absolutely love those. That's a twin pack as well, by the way. Really pretty.
And you get a better price than that when you put the code in.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, do bear that in mind. Some of these prices will be better when you put our discount code in.
Yeah, this is why that code is so important. Yeah. Sometimes it gives you savings that we don't even know we're there.
And if you want to be part of the show, then you can email us, email the Potting Shed, and it is ygtv@ugarden.com. But we'd love to hear from you, really would.
We would, and send us your pictures. Send us your pictures of your gardens, what you're doing now.
We want to steal ideas.
What it looked like last summer. Ooh.
Right, okay, right. Somebody sent in a picture of the Pride of Madeira. They want to know if it's dead or not. Do you know what I would do, whoever that customer is? Beverly, because I was the same with mine.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it got a battering. It got to -8 one night, and they don't like that.
They don't like it, do they?
So what I did, I basically broke some off to see if there's green there, and about halfway down, I discovered green. So mine is alive. So that's the best thing to do. If it's just dead wood right to the bottom, it's probably gone. But you know, I will say, don't throw it away. Just wait and see.
Just wait and see.
You
yeah,
never know.
absolutely.
Sometimes, even if all the top wood is dead, you still could get some growth underneath coming.
Yeah.
I had an aloe vera, hardy aloe vera, last year. Was it last year or the year before? No, it was the year before. And the whole thing looked completely dead. I dug it up. Luckily, the green bin was full, so I left it in a 30-litre pot until the next green bin collection, and I forgot about it. And about 6 weeks later, I thought, oh, there it is. I'll throw that out. I was just about to put it in the green bin, and there were some shoots coming through.
Nice.
So you never know. You
Love
never
it
know
when that sort of thing happens.
Yeah,
so
and
exciting,
now it's wonderful.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Right, if you want the dahlias, look, these are an absolute steal. We are busy today. You get 10 for $12.99, but if you double up, Bex,
you'll get 20.
Yes.
Woohoo!
For $14.99, and that works out.
£2 more.
It was 75 pence a dahlia.
75 pence a dahlia, yeah.
That is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when you think that you can then lift those at the end of the season.
I know.
And you can have them next year and the year after and the year after.
Yeah.
They last a long time if you give them a bit of care.
Yeah, they're amazing. I'll be getting those today.
Woo.
I'm going to have more dahlias than you.
I don't know if I just don't know where I'd put them.
Actually, no, I don't think I can. No, jokes, but I do not think I can grow more than you.
I don't think I've got any more space.
So, Elena has just messaged saying she needs some new begonias.
Oh, they rotted because she didn't dig them up.
Yeah.
Well, let's get you some more begonias.
They
We've
do,
got lots of choices.
The thing is, it's been wet. It's not been particularly cold, but it's been wet. So if you did leave begonias in the ground, chances are they probably won't have made it. Some might. But yeah, the safe thing is to dig them up each year. But we have got loads of begonias, and these are. Now
we're having a debate. Is it Fimbriata or Fimbriata? It's Fimbriata.
We're missing an R, aren't we?
Yeah, it's got an R.
Yeah, it has got an R. Fimbriata.
Well, Fimbriata is the name for the
I kind of say frilliness.
The frilliness, yeah.
Is that correct word? Frilliness?
Fine, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
But that is the actual name for that lovely serrated edge around the petals there. And that's exactly what you're getting here.
It looks like somebody's taken some
pinking shears.
Oh, we're good, aren't we, today? Hey, yeah, it does, doesn't it, though?
It absolutely does. My mum used to give me the pinking shears to cut around the Christmas cards every year to make, because then we'd make tags for next year's Christmas presents.
That's what we did, yeah.
I loved it. Get the pinking shears out to do that. Yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful take on the classic begonia with that lovely Fimbriata, the ruffled petals, and you get layer upon layer upon layer of petal here. You're amazed at the price, aren't you?
Right, seriously, I've already planted 50 begonias.
Yeah, I've done I've done more than that.
Have you?
Not mine.
Is somebody's
phone's buzzing. It's not mine.
Be my agent.
It's not mine.
Yeah, I don't have an agent, by the way.
No, me neither.
No.
Maybe we should get one.
No, we don't need one. Oh, maybe Stu. If Stu's our agent in charge of technical.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he tells us what to do, so that's like an agent, isn't it? But with the begonias, out of all the ones I've planted, I think these are more stunning, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they're really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, I love the edges. So, Elaine, if you're looking for something really quite dramatic, the Fimbriata are stunning. But you treat them exactly the same as a regular begonia.
Oh, totally. Absolutely exactly the same. Yeah, get them started now. We've suggested, haven't we, about putting them into a shallow seed tray. Little bit of compost, not too wet, just a little bit of water on there. I'm seeing shoots coming up through mine.
Are you?
Yeah, I did them, what was it, about 10 days ago.
Oh, my word.
And there's a few little shoots, they're not massive, but there's a few little shoots I can see coming up.
Well, I only did mine yesterday.
Excuse me.
She's back with a cough.
I know.
It can't be my cough.
So sorry.
I got rid of mine. Right, so if you've never planted begonia
sweets.
tubers, just to clarify, best way, we think, seed trays, but about a couple of inches of our premium professional compost. The begonias, have we got any outbacks? Can I open them?
Yeah, let's open it.
They're kind of like bowl-shaped. I know lots of you regulars know this, but if you don't,
there you go.
They're bowl-shaped. Sometimes it's slightly
difficult
to work out what's what. This one's easy, but that's definitely the bottom. So the round bit is the bottom. The concave, the bit that goes in, is the top. And occasionally you might get a begonia, you're not sure which is the bottom, which is the top. Generally speaking, the rougher side is the bottom, and you can see that's where the roots were. So plant them in your seed tray, 2 inches compost, and then just give them a little sprinkling of compost over the top. Don't bury them, just a little sprinkling. Keep them frost-free. I've got mine in my greenhouse right now, and they'll start to produce shoots in the next few weeks, and then once the frosts have passed and you've got some good growth on there, plant them out in your beds, your borders, your containers. 2 lots of these for £14.99. I'm definitely buying those. But you do need to put 2 in your basket to get the double up deal. But we've got loads of different begonias on the website, on the show, but these are some of the most fancy, for want of a better word.
Yeah, you've got a really nice bold mix of colours there. They're a little bit more upright, maybe, than some of the other ones.
They're a bit more showy, don't you think?
Definitely more showy. Absolutely gorgeous. They reach about 40 by 40 centimetres as well. And
see, I'm thinking, you know Joe that presented the shows while I was away? That's the sort of begonia he'd be. Yeah?
Hello! Yeah, quite flamboyant.
Yeah, well, Joe's sort of like colourful and flamboyant, isn't he? Whereas when Dan presents the show, what would Dan be? You've got to think of something butch. What would Dan be?
I don't know if we've got anything butch. A Phoenix canariensis.
That's probably the butchest we'd get,
That's probably the butchest we've got.
No, do you know what Dan would be? Oh, I don't know, actually.
You're making it up.
I am.
Maybe he's a bag of compost, Stu said. Earthy.
Yeah, earthy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
No. Maybe Dan wasn't born to be a plant.
No.
No. But jokes about they're the most flamboyant. They're absolutely gorgeous. The value is incredible. So do get those. I'd get those quickly. They're brand new, aren't they?
They
brand
are,
new. Always
yeah.
brand new.
We have not brought the Fimbriata mix before. And the beautiful thing with begonias, do remember that these are just really easy to look after. Begonias give you summer-long displays. They don't mind all the different summer weathers, which can be winter in summer,
yeah,
can't it?
It can.
They require very little maintenance. Obviously, you're going to feed and water, but as far as deadheading is concerned, you really don't need to worry too much about it.
And I know somebody, I said this all the time, but me and my other half have got a pub, and I do 25 hanging baskets every year, and I do them all in begonias, just because exactly what Bex has said, you don't have to worry. And I call them real warriors in the garden, because some flowers, if we get a wet summer, some flowers will hate that. Petunias do not like the wet. They turn to mush, don't they, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Begonias, wet summer doesn't matter. If it's a cloudy summer and there's not as much sunshine around, doesn't matter.
Mind.
If it's baking hot, they'll go, thank you very much as well. So they are wonderful. They
Absolutely.
really are. And if you do want to save them for next year, before it gets too frosty, just dig them up, keep them in a cool, dry place, frost-free. And the tubers will get bigger. I mean, some people save them, some don't. I saved some of mine, but not all.
I did not dig mine up last year, so I've got, I didn't. I've got one pot that I've left that I'm going to see if they come back. Yeah. It's unlikely, to be honest, because we had a lot of minus temperatures, but I'm going to see.
And it was the wet that probably finished them off, because we had a really wet winter, didn't we? So amazing value. I'm going to be ordering those. I will have more begonias than Bex.
I can't remember how many I planted. It's quite a lot, though. A lot of begonias.
Well, I know I've planted 50.
It's begonias and dahlias for me this year. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
That's a good choice. Right, we're going to move on to our anemones.
Yes.
Actually, my friend called these anemones, but I've always called them anemones.
Anemone.
Yeah.
Anemone.
And you get 75 of these.
Yeah, you do.
I'd tell you, Mum, if you're watching, because my mum loves... Oh, my word, hang on. But it's a bog
It's
off.
a buy one, get one.
That's 150, isn't it?
Yeah. And they're small, these, okay? So they're tiny, tiny little bulbs that you get, but you're going to get 2 bags of those, which means 150 in total
when
of
Bex
these.
says they're tiny bulbs, it's not that our samples are tiny, anemones are always really small.
No, they're always tiny. Sorry, yeah, that's absolutely right. But these are going to create a beautiful carpet of these sort of daisy-like looking flowers, but in these multiple shades that you get. You get the lovely violet blues and the purples and the whites.
They're really pretty, these, aren't they?
They're so pretty. They don't get massive either. We are only talking maybe about 10 or 15 centimetres.
Yeah, so they look good, I think, in groups, don't they, amongst...
Totally.
You know, like grouped together. They get lost, I'd say, amongst big plants, don't they?
Yeah, but front of borders,
yes.
You know, even in some slightly shady spots as well, they don't necessarily need to be in a full sun position, but maybe underplanting.
Yeah.
Like I've got loads of mature bushes and plants in my garden, but I've sort of shaped them into lollipop shapes so I can underplant.
So
These would be perfect for that.
That's a great call.
Really, really good. And they'll naturalise as well. They'll come back for you year after year, and they will multiply. So you will get that lovely carpet. So, like we're enjoying the carpets of the snowdrops and the carpets of the crocuses and things at the moment, you can create that with your anemones, and these will flower. I mean, they're supposed to flower sort of anywhere from March and April onwards, really. March, April, maybe even into May time as well.
I think they're gorgeous. That value as well, 150. We've got a good show today.
Really good show, yeah, absolutely.
Did they save all the great deals for my comeback, Bex?
Yeah, I think that's what we did.
No, you didn't, because I was watching the shows. They're always great deals.
No, we did have some really good ones, yeah.
We always have great deals on YGTV. Right, let's recap. These are all brand new, and we are getting a lot of you beginning to order. So, anemones.
Buy one, get one free. 150 of these in total. So they're just... The value of that, once you think about how these are going to naturalise and multiply, is incredible.
And club members, $8.99. If you're not a club member, join now. £5 for the year on auto renewal. I'm definitely ordering the Fimbriata.
Well, you've got two for sure on this table. Begonia Fimbriata.
Yes.
You've got a double up deal included on this one. Add 2 into your basket, but make sure you enter the code YGTV924 in order to get both of those at the discount price.
Then we've got another absolute winner. I'm definitely buying both of these
Yeah,
today.
that's it. Those are the two.
The Dahlia tubers hybridisers, 10 for $12.99 or 20 for $14.99.
And just check out the
Look at
size
the
of this. Oh, that is... I could do my weights with this. Like, these are chunky tubers.
And one Dahlia in, I'd say, at least a 30 centimetre pot, at least. Probably slightly bigger, actually. I'd say 35 to 40, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
got...
I got the big one. Are they 30, those black ones?
No, 30 litre.
They're 30 litre, they're not 30, they're 40 centimetres. I'm planning on putting 2 in those, which I know is probably a little bit...
you get away with that.
I think 2 in each.
Yeah, you get away with that.
I might need some more pots.
But, you know, these Dahlias, they do grow close to 3 foot
3
tall
feet,
and nice and wide. They're amazing, and they'll repeat flower all summer long. And they keep going into kind of late summer, autumn as well. Then we've got our Sweet Pea Patio Perfect.
Yeah, garden ready here. You will get 20 of these. So what you're looking at is the 20 garden ready. They come in these packs, so there's 10 in each. Absolutely gorgeous, these ones. Perfect for pots, window boxes, hanging baskets.
Yeah.
They're a bit more compact as well. So we know sweet peas are massive climbers normally. These are only going to reach about 60 centimetres in height.
Yeah, and as Beck said, you can have them up a small trellis, or you can have them trailing out of hanging baskets.
In fact,
as well.
we've got the amazing trellis. The little...
oh, yes.
The Eclipse planters.
Why? Yeah, of course.
These would be
Look at these.
perfect to go.
These are born to go with these.
These are absolutely perfect to go
I've
with
actually,
the Patio Perfects.
I've grown these in these exact Eclipse planters. My mum has as well, and they were gorgeous.
I was just thinking, would you put 4? I'd go for 4 in there.
They
They reach about 60 centimetres and they're supposed to spread by about 30. So
I do one in each corner.
yeah, 1 in each corner is what I was thinking.
When we say one, they're grown in...
They're multiple, multi-sown.
Oh, God, I made a right mess here. But there's in that one, we say at least 4, but you know what,
but
about
there's
8
often
in
5
there.
or 6.
But yeah,
isn't
1
there,
in
at
each
least?
corner. That would be great.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten all about these.
Yeah,
They're
these will
gorgeous
be
in those.
perfect.
Yeah.
And you're getting a buy one, get one free. So you would get both of those for £4.50 each if you're in the club, because it's £8.99.
And next year, if you decide not to grow sweet peas, the top of these do unclip, by the way, so you can actually use them as pots.
And by the way, these have a price tag of £11.99 on the bottom.
They
so
do.
we've sold them at £11.99 for 1 in the past. £8.99 if you're in the club, for 2 today.
Those Dahlia hybridisers are going crazy, by the way. I'm not surprised.
I love those.
We've got some really good deals. Really good. And then the bargain summer bulbs.
Yeah,
Bex.
300 summer bulb collection, 7 different varieties, months of colour, May through to October was what we're talking about every single year for many, many years. They'll naturalise, they'll transform a garden space, they'll become cut flowers, they will just keep popping up out of the ground for you. Anybody can find space, I think, in their garden for this collection.
And you just saw the Brodia, you've got the Gladioli there. The answers. How do you pronounce this one?
Acidanthera.
Thera, you say.
Thera. I mean,
freesias. We've got Molly there, Allium Molly. That's a smaller variety. Neapolitana Allium's there. What was the other one? Liantris.
Liatris spicata. I love learning the names.
No.
Isn't it a pretty flower?
The thing is, though, there are different ways of saying things, aren't there?
And do you know what? I'm not fussy. I know some people get a bit... And it's fine. It doesn't matter whether you pronounce it right or not.
So I'm chairman of a garden club, and it's so funny sometimes because I'll stand up and I always open up the meeting and stuff, and sometimes I'll say something slightly incorrectly, and there's some of them are so good.
Can you see them rolling their eyes at you?
Yeah, they always correct me.
I love it. But that makes me want to do it even more. Yeah. That's the problem.
And I know all the popular names for plants because that's how I grew up. So I'll quite often talk about the popular names, and then one of the members will chip out with the full Latin name. It's fine. It's great, isn't it?
I love it.
Gardening's for everybody. And do you know, I don't think you should ever be shy about not knowing something, asking a question. We're all always learning with gardening. You never know everything. No. And a garden's never done, is it?
No, absolutely.
Right, we're going to go back
to cleaning.
Callistemon.
Yeah,
Callistemon. Bottle brush.
Whatever you want to call it, but I want to call it something absolutely stunning and beautiful.
Do you know what I'm going to call it?
Go on.
Plant of the week.
Plant of the week.
Because it is. And it's in a really, really good-sized pot, 2.5 litres. I mean, ours is flowering a little bit now. It probably shouldn't be, but we've had a really mild February. Normally, these would be flying kind of May time. early summer, but look at the quality of this one. And I think when you've got a callistemon, and I've got one, they're magnets for the bees and butterflies, they're true pollinators, but they're really unusual, aren't they? They really stand out.
Super unusual. I'm showing you all the buds on this plant, by the way. There's so many of them. There's loads. There's another one here. There's so many buds just waiting to burst into flower on this. And I just think it's super unusual, really interesting. Love the bottlebrush flowers on here. They look like they're going to be spiky, but they're not. They're really soft. They're really tactile. It's a pollinating paradise. It's drought tolerant once it gets established. Really easy to look after because it doesn't require any serious pruning. In fact, it does not want to be hard pruned at all. It doesn't like it.
And actually, I did lose one year, and I think it was a combination of pruning it too hard and a really, really cold winter.
Yeah.
So we say hardy to about -5 on this one.
Hardy to about -5. So,
yeah.
you know,
So it is relatively hardy. It is, of course it is.
Hardy. And there's things you can obviously do to that. You can keep it in a pot so that you can move it. You can wrap a fleece around it if necessary. But it's not going to be too much of a problem now, is it? We're hoping to get past the majority of frost. It'll have a bit of time to establish. I just think it's a total feature. And the fact that it is this beautiful pollinating paradise as well is amazing.
Yeah, that is such a good deal. And a lot of you have placed your orders already. Don't forget, with every order, you will get your free sweet peas. And also, you do need to use the code, of course.
Yes, you do. YGTV924. It unlocks all of the deals.
It does. And do you know what? Today, you really want to try and get your order to over £40 because then we'll deliver it all for free. So get yourself some pots, get yourself some compost, get it to over £40 and you'll get free delivery. Some of the items do have free postage on them, but some don't, obviously.
Yep.
Right. Getting lots of you chatting. Angela,
hello, Angela.
Good morning.
Who was it? It's Angela's grandson.
What? Has got a birthday tomorrow?
Birthday tomorrow. He's 20 years old tomorrow.
But he's only 5 because he's only had 5 birthdays.
I think it's fascinating.
I know.
But, right, so on the years where it's not a leap year, you just celebrate it on the 28th, right?
Or just celebrate it on the 1st. Or both, that's what I do.
I would go 28th because at least that's in the same... Well, I do a year of celebrations. I do a week of celebrations anyway. But you do it on the 28th because it's still in the same month.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't
you? Is
you?
that what you do?
Yeah, you would.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I bet you go all out on the birthdays. So when it's a true leap, when you get a leap year and it's the 29th, that's a big party, isn't it then?
Really is.
Love it.
And Angela's just ordered...
Oh, the eclipse.
I say just ordered. She ordered them on Sunday.
Yeah, when you weren't here.
Hang on, I was at QVC on Sunday.
Yeah, but you weren't here, so
I wasn't just lying in bed doing nothing.
It don't count. You weren't here.
I can't be in 2 places at once.
Look at his face.
I know. I can't. The great thing is,
I'm sure everybody
tuned in. On Sunday, you could watch both of us because I was on at 9. You on at 10 till 2.
Yeah, and then you were on at 2.
I wonder if anyone let us know if you watched Sean and...
If you did the marathon, did you do the full marathon all the way through?
6 hours of gardening, that might have been too much. But yeah, these are the Eclipse planters, great for the Patio Perfect sweet peas. They are just $8.99 if you are one of our club members.
I've got my little Boulevard clematis growing in this, and
the Boulevard.
The Boulevard clematis, yeah. And I've got some. I was going to bring it in. I should have brought it in, shouldn't I? It's got lovely little bits of green growth coming back on it. It's exciting.
By the way, do you remember the bulbs that we planted in the studio? In the potting shed?
The daffodils?
Yeah, they're coming on, but I just didn't feel they were quite ready to...
Woo, look.
Yeah, but they're getting there.
Oh, we'll have a look.
I will bring them in when they're just that bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're getting there. Right,
so compost.
Oh, yes.
Premium professional compost. You know this, don't you, all our wonderful regulars? If you are one of our newer viewers, we definitely want you to give this a go, please. It is not just any old compost. This really is the best compost. Of course, I'm going to tell you that. But if you ask anybody in the chat on Facebook or on YouTube, all of our wonderful regulars, they will tell you how amazing this compost is. Once you've tried it, you won't go back. You won't try another compost because that's how good this is. Yeah. It started its life as the nursery compost. It wasn't available to us normal people. This was the trade secret.
You're not normal, Bex.
This was the trade secret. This is what the nursery used to grow their plants. Now, if the nursery is using it, I want it.
Yeah, we will be growing hundreds of thousands of plants in this compost this year. So really quickly, you've got 50% composted wood fibre. That gives it that amazing texture, and it allows the roots to get the right amount of oxygen, the right amount of water. 3 different types of peat. Some of those are renewable, like the sphagnum moss peat, but we put the minimum amount in to give the maximum results. Now, I'm seeing some green balls, Bex.
Yeah, the green balls are the slow-release fertiliser. That's what's going to feed your plants for a good 6 months once you plant stuff in here. Of course, we will continue to do our water-based feed, Blooming Fast. We have it on the website. It's amazing. But being able to access that food as and when they need it, that's really, really important. We've got a pH buffer in here. This puts the compost at exactly the right acidity level for the majority, I'm going to say 98% of plants that you're going to put in here. If you do need something that likes ericaceous compost, like blueberries, rhododendrons, azaleas, those sorts of things, go on the website for the ericaceous compost.
And finally, there is a wetting agent in there. And what that does, in a nutshell, if your basket dries out when you water it, the compost and the water stick together, basically. It stops the water flowing over the side of your basket.
That's it. It's really important.
Yeah.
It comes to you in the 2 50-litre bags as well. As you can see, there is no marketing on here. That's because the value is in the bag, not on the bag.
Now, the great thing is, if you're trying to get your order to over £40, get some compost today. You're going to use it. I ran out yesterday. Do you know what?
So annoying.
All I had in my greenhouse was some of the... oh God, what's the word? I can't remember which compost it was, but it's a dried one that you add water to. It was the coir, but I can't remember which one. It was one we sold.
Right.
And it was good.
Cocoa fibre.
Yeah, but do you know what? I didn't bother in the end. I was like, no, I just went to get some more compost.
I mean, I planted a few things in that coir compost.
It's good.
It's good. It's not this though.
It's not this.
It's not this.
And I was actually doing some hanging baskets with the sweet peas a bit earlier, but I just thought, no, I want this one because of that wetting agent.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, some of the other ones are great, but no, that's the best.
I want this.
Yeah. Right. Left or right?
All the way.
Begonias, yes.
Yeah, let's go all the way.
Oh, it is.
Begonia.
It is nice to be back in the shed. Isn't it?
It is. It's always lovely to be here. This one is one of my favourites, and the reason, and I finally found out from my mum, I had a lovely chat with my mum about begonias, and I've said for a while, I'm sure the apricot shades is the one that my nan used to grow. She was a massive gardener, absolutely loved it, had a huge garden, and I can see it now, and she had all these window boxes all the way around. It was apricot shades. That was what was in there, and the reason she grew them is because they're beautiful. It's gorgeous shades and really easy to look after.
They're one of my favourites, one of your favourites, everybody's favourite. Now, the difference with these are on pre-order, but you're going to get 40 of the Pro Plugs for $14.99. Amazing value. So now the Pro Plugs, they are our slightly smaller plug plant that needs growing on.
Yeah, you don't need to be a pro at all.
No,
They're
you
just
don't.
Smaller plugs, basically. So all you have to do is grow them on in a frost-free condition. So, you know, in pots, on your windowsills, those sorts of things. I did it with Pro Plugs last year. Not begonias, it was something else. But they were so easy.
Yeah.
And every single one of them thrived. I didn't lose any of them.
Now, we have got just something to help you grow these on, and it is our windowsill propagator kit, which is amazing value. A triple pack. So this would actually accommodate 90 plants in total. So if you wanted to get 2 lots of the begonias, that would actually pretty much fill the propagator kit. But it's a great, if you haven't got a greenhouse, it's a great way of creating like a mini greenhouse in your home. And are you using these for your sweet peas, Bex?
I am, yeah. So I've started off my sweet pea seeds in there. I'm thinking I'm going to have to move them at some point because obviously I know sweet peas like to root quite deeply.
Yes, they do.
So I am going to have to move them at some point. But I should have brought them in, honestly. I planted them 10 days ago and I've got loads of little shoots coming up. Yeah. I'm so excited about
I think,
it. But yeah, it's a brilliant
had you
kit.
not used the propagator kit, I don't think your sweet peas would have come on as quickly.
No.
Because this is like, it creates, because your
mini
lids,
greenhouse, isn't it?
Yeah, you get a lot more warmth held in there.
Yeah.
They're brilliant, they really are.
They're so good, and they're designed to fit on windowsills, obviously.
Yes.
They're nice and slim so that they will fit on your windowsills. The bottom part is watertight, there's no holes in there, but then the little pods that you sit in, which is where the plants sit, they obviously have the drainage in so it can release that water into the bottom.
It means that you get perfect water without getting water on your windowsill.
Yeah.
But you can get up to 90 plants in there. It's a brilliant way of saving it. And do you know what? It's fun. As a gardener, I love, this sounds weird, but I love sometimes a sick plant, a plant that needs a bit of TLC.
No, me too.
You're just like, I'll save you. Yeah. You know, I'm like, I can do something with you. I'll bring you back to life.
I love doing that as well.
But the same with baby plants as well. You know, it's so rewarding. You know, you get the plugs, and they are fairly small to start with, but it's amazing how quickly they grow, especially at this time of year when the days are getting longer, there's more sunlight, things are warming up.
Well, I said it last week, we're reaching that tipping point, aren't we, at the moment, where all of a sudden, so the ground's getting warmer, the days are getting longer, and there's that tipping point where everything just all of a sudden starts to grow and grow amazingly quickly, and we are so close to that right now.
I've been really happy the last few days, and it is, I mean, just driving to work today, in the light. Oh, it's great. Because in the winter months, we were both driving to the potting shed, and we drove in the dark and left in the dark. And I'm sure you're the same, you know, if you're working and stuff. But it's that time of year, things are just beginning to turn a corner. Yep. So they're amazing. They're on pre-order. We'll dispatch those. We say March, actually. Oh, that's a long way off.
It's not long at all, is it?
A few days. So potentially, and obviously we'll only dispatch them when they're ready, but we will be dispatching those in the next few weeks. And if you're only ordering these on pre-order, your free gift comes with the pre-order. If it's a mixture of things, then your free gift will come with whatever's delivered first, basically. Yeah,
absolutely. Love the shades of apricot in there. Total favourite, this one.
I think I'm going to buy those as a Pro Plug this year.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I need to save some money.
It's a great way of doing it. It's like shopping for bare roots. It's a great way of saving money, and that's the same with your Pro Plug.
And I do. So I plant a lot of begonias.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
you could do that easy. Easy
do you know
peasy.
What? It's a little experiment because I've got my tubers already, but I might do both.
Yeah.
And just see. Anyway, we've also got 30 years of Saphinias, 18 plug plants at just $17.98. Yeah. Now, as a brand, Saphinia, it doesn't get better, does it?
No, well, they're the designer brand. In fact, Saphinia was the brand that first created the fully trailing petunia. And when we talk about trailing, we are talking 3 feet worth of trail here. These can get huge.
These are the ones that if you ever go to shopping centres and got like this, I mean, that's not a shopping centre, but that's what.
That's the kind of display that we can talk about, absolutely, that you could create from this particular collection. The Easy Fill hanging baskets are the perfect addition to your 30 years of Saphinia collection to create that lovely ball and then that lovely 3 feet worth of drop. They're vigorous, they're low maintenance, they're bred to be disease and weather resistant as well. They're used in professional displays, as Sean said, and you are getting those lovely 6 different colours.
And this particular breed of petunia, you're right, does stand up a lot better to the rain, and hopefully we've had such a wet winter, I'm hoping we get a fairly dry summer.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, not too dry.
No, we want the right balance, please.
Just a nice summer.
They do come labelled as well in our little greenhouses. They'll come in a greenhouse like this, basically. And they will be labelled just as this one is, so that you know which colour is which. So if you do want to create those lovely single colour displays, you absolutely can.
Or you can mix them up. It's up to you.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
We all like different things, don't we?
So I don't know what I'd like. It's up to you. If you want to colour block, you can colour block. If you want to mix them all up, you can do.
Every year I do something different in the garden.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I have some things to do the same, but I always like to try new things.
Yeah.
And there are years I look and go, oh, that really worked. And other years I go, won't do that again. But it's good to try, isn't it? Right, love these, our Primulas. Now, it's a buy one, get one free. It was one of the best-selling deals last week. We've extended it for this week. But these are the most stunning Primulas. And I think the name, Ballerina, really sums up how these look, because they're doubles. They do look a little bit like ballerinas' dresses to me, don't you think?
There's just layer upon layer of double ruffled blooms there. They are absolutely... I'm so in love with that colour palette as well, because you get one each of the 6 different colours, but obviously it's a buy one, get one free, so you're going to get 2 each of those 6 different colours.
And actually, Alan, who helps us on the show, he's planted these up for us in our April planters. Yeah. And they look really nice.
They're so beautiful. I think these are perfect for underplanting, creating that tiered effect. If you've got any standard, our standard rose bushes or any of the standards that you've purchased from us in the past, this works perfectly to underplant and create that lovely tiered effect.
Do you know, I'm even thinking Mother's Day. You could buy some flowers, that'll be overpriced, that will only last, they will, pretty much guarantee it, and they will only last a week or so. Or you could maybe do your own beautiful displays. And those, I think you'll agree, in those pots look absolutely magnificent. And another option would be our bird planters, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so we've got the lovely robin planters back. So this is the trellis on the top here. If you were going for your buy one, get one free of your primulas, you'll get your buy one, get one free of the robin planters.
Yeah,
now, if you put all 6... slightly overplanted, but why not? You could put all 6 in there. You could get away with 3, quite frankly. You could get away with 3. But you could plant those up. You'd have 2 beautiful displays then, and then you could have Mother's Day gifts right there. So you could have one for mother, one for mother-in-law, one for you, one for mother-in-law, 2 for you. Whatever you want to do, but they do make lovely gifts.
Yeah, they do.
I think,
and they're really affordable. I mean, they're amazing, aren't they? $5.99.
Yeah, £2.50 each.
Yeah, £3 saving, but you get a free one as well. So you're right. Would work out £3 each, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Club members.
I said £3.50. I'm an idiot.
You close bags. Club members, they work out £2.70 each.
I'll just let you do the maths.
I'll do the maths, and you do the really long, complicated names, OK?
All right, let's do that.
That's a deal. I'll do the nice, popular names. Bex do the really long, complicated ones.
I'll do my best.
And I'll do the maths.
Should we just do blackberry then?
Yeah.
I don't know the complicated name
I like
for
this one. No, well, this is Black Cascade, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I got this one.
You got it?
Yep.
Oh, I love this.
Recently.
Okay, so the reason I love this is, first of all...
Oh, careful, Bex. No, careful. You've mind your fingers.
No,
mind your fingers.
It's thornless.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
There's nothing spiky on here. There's nothing to cut my fingers at all. This is a breeding breakthrough. It has been bred to be super compact, but also thornless as well. Now, it's only going to reach about 30 or 40 centimetres height and drop here. And I say drop because this would be an absolute perfect addition to a hanging basket, as you're looking at there. Super productive as well. Once this gets established, we are talking potentially up to 1 kilo of fruit per plant.
Wow. And I mean, I just think, I love the idea of everyone growing their own. But in the old days, you had your vegetable patch, didn't you?
Yeah.
And people had bigger
separated
gardens.
everything.
Yeah, but some people had, like, back garden was for veg, front garden was for flowers. But in a modern house with a modern garden, most of us don't have room to have the veg patch. But the great thing is a lot of the breeders have been working to bring varieties that work really well amongst your flowers. And a lot of the gardens, I mean, you went to a lot of the garden shows last year.
I did.
A lot of them were mixing in fruits and vegetables with the flowers. And that one is so attractive. I mean, the way it just gently trails and cascades, you get all the flowers.
Pretty.
Super.
And you get lovely blossom on there as well. It's really, really pretty plant. As I say, it's really productive as well, so you'll have loads of blackberries.
So
blackberries can be stored. Yeah, up to a kilo per plant once this is established.
And they taste so much better when you grow them yourself.
Yeah, and they can be stored as well.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going to get a glut of blackberries and think, oh my word, I've had enough blackberry, I can't have another blackberry pie or whatever. You know, you can't, blackberry crumble. You can actually freeze blackberries quite well, can't you?
They're so expensive. Even in season, they're still really expensive. I don't know why, but they are. So they grow in a hanging basket. They don't need special compost. So they're not like your blueberries and your ericaceous. They're fine in regular compost. Do use ours. It would be perfect for them. But these are great little baskets, aren't they?
So I think potentially go for 2 of your Blackberry Black Cascade at £7.99. So go for 2 of those, that's £16. But then also add in the Knox hanging baskets. Because these are on a buy one, get one free. So you're going to get both of them for £4.99. So for £21, and that's not your club discount included there, you will have 2 beautiful hanging baskets of a super productive plant that'll give you up to 2 kilos of fruit once established, because you'll have 2 of them. And they're going to be beautifully kept off the ground. I say this because I have a dog who likes to cock his leg up everything. So hanging them up somewhere means he's not going to cock his leg up over something that I'm going to eat. And I just think that's a really nice take on a beautiful hanging basket. You know, it doesn't have to just be flowers, does it?
They are amazing
Love
value.
it.
$4.99, working out $2.50 each. Well, I say 250, Bex. It's actually 249.5. But
let's not split the pennies.
do you remember half peas?
I do remember half peas. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were tiny little things, weren't
They were diddy, weren't they?
Yeah. Right, we've got loads of hellos coming
Hello.
in.
Everyone's talking to us in the chat this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Morning.
Ali. Ali's ordered what? Her Hardy Perennials? Oh, she just said she's ordered this. Maybe it was the compost.
I'm confused.
She put a comment saying, I've ordered this for my Hardy Perennials. But we don't know when she commented, so we don't know what we were on. It might have been a planter, it might have been a compost.
Perennial collection on the show, haven't we?
We have.
We're on the website.
On the website.
Say, yeah.
Jan's order is coming in 23 stops. That's 23. A bit of a countdown, but I quite like it. We might still be here.
It's a final countdown.
We might still be here in 23 stops. You never know. Who else have we got in the chat today? Eleanor's growing her sweet peas. Oh, have you planted seeds, Eleanor? Yes, she has.
Good.
Well done, Eleanor.
Oh, that's good.
She said she used to moan at her husband for giving her a plant for her birthday, but now she gives him a list instead.
The worst thing my dad ever bought my mum for her birthday was a brand new pedal bin. She hated it. And it wasn't a good one, no. And it broke on. It broke
your bin.
She was in. I remember she was in such a foul mood. My dad was like, "There you go, love." It was
I bought you a bin.
Yeah, it was in a big box. There you go, love. That's a big surprise. And my mum was like, "Oh," thinking, "What's in there?" And it was a pedal bin. And honestly, I remember that day very clearly. It was not a good day.
No, I bet it wasn't.
But plants, that's a great thing to buy.
Always.
I'd always be happy to receive plants.
Always.
I was hoping there'd be a few welcome back Sean's, but there's none of them.
No, you had all of those the other day. You can't have any more.
I love to milk it, that's all.
No, you're not having any more.
No, OK.
All right, shall we move on to our Everbearer strawberries then? Because we're carrying on with our little grow your own section. And this is one that I've actually been growing. I planted mine last year, so I'm into year 2 this year.
You should get a good crop this year,
I'm hoping for an even bigger crop this year, and that actually should happen because with strawberry runners, they normally last about 5 years. That's their kind of lifespan. But years 2 and 3, those are the big years, aren't they? Yeah. First year, they're just getting established. I got loads of strawberries last year, and they were beautiful. They were delicious in year 1. So year 2, year 3, these are going to be incredible.
We have lots of different varieties of strawberries, several. But I must admit, this for me is the one that makes the most sense because I know sometimes I'll grow. Like last year, I did loads of tomatoes, and there were some days that was tomatoed out. I was like, what? I'd pick the tomatoes right that day. I was like, what do I do with these, bowls and bowls of tomatoes? And that can happen, and there's always a way of doing things, don't get me wrong. I mean, you'd make a chutney, wouldn't you, or something? But with strawberries, sometimes if they all arrive in 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, I'm sure you get to eat them, but it's only 2 or 3 weeks of the year, whereas this variety, they'll fruit for several months. Several months.
They just keep going, these. So what you get normally with strawberries is an early cropper, a mid-cropper, or a late cropper, but not with your Everbearers. These are basically cropping all the way through the summer season. They start somewhere around June time is when you'll hopefully get your first strawberries, and they'll carry on through July, through August, and into September as well. And they are sweet, they are juicy, they are red all the way through as well.
Ooh,
sometimes you cut into a strawberry and you've got that big white bit in the centre, and it's not juicy and
tasteless.
Sweet. These are proper juicy and sweet. And what I found, along with Eleanor, one of our lovely viewers, was that actually very few strawberries made it into the house. I'd be pottering around the garden. I'll just have that strawberry. I just have that strawberry.
I do think when you grow your own, though, you do eat more.
Yeah.
Fresh fruit and veg, and you are. I think it encourages you to be healthier because when it's there, you just pick it and eat it. I was the same. I mean, I was talking about my tomatoes, but honestly, actually, I'd go into my greenhouse. I always do it first thing on the morning with my cup of coffee, and I would just sometimes have a few tomatoes.
Breakfast for tomatoes, lovely. Honestly, it's so enjoyable, and they're really, really easy to look after. You are going to get 20 runners here. Now, if you've got nothing to plant them in, I'm going to suggest you go for our heavy-duty pots.
Shall we show you what they look like as well?
4 of those means that you will have enough. It'd be the perfect amount for your 20 strawberry runners.
And there they are.
I know, it looks like nothing, does it? But it's amazing how quick that grows and how quick it grows into a plant.
Got green. The one thing we'll say with all bare roots, you always need to give them a good soak for at least a couple of hours. And that's a golden rule. Any bare roots, you need to rehydrate them, give them a good soak for 2 hours, plant them straight in your pots.
Yeah, about to there.
About to there. It's dead easy.
It's quite obvious because this is obviously shoot above the ground, and then just leave that growing and you will get loads more shoots. The only thing I will say to you with your strawberries is that they do throw out runners. No, they're not called runners, are they? They are called runners, aren't they? I had a moment then.
No.
So they throw out these runners, and that is the plant trying to root itself in lots of different places. What you want to do is chop those back, because you want it to put all of its energy into creating the fruit rather than creating new plants.
But you can take the runners off and replant them somewhere.
You can absolutely replant them somewhere, and this is the beautiful thing. Once you've invested in these, you should never have to buy them again, because if these last about 5 years, I would say certainly in year 3. Yeah, if you did it in year 3, take any of the runners, plant those out.
You're going to get
then you'll get this constant rolling thing going on.
Yeah, I should say though, this particular variety produces a lot less runners than some of the others.
Yes, very true.
It's a bit neater.
Yeah, I did.
Because some of them just do this.
I had a few last year, and I just every now and then went out and chopped them back. But I've been thinking about it. I probably could have created about 10, 15 new plants last year with the runners.
Given them to me.
I'll do it this year.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
sounds good. Because I don't have this variety.
I will definitely do that this year. Then I will chop some runners off.
I don't know which varieties I've got actually. I can't remember, but they're nice, really good. But that one I like the sound of, because you've got a longer, say, fruiting period. But yeah, good morning. It's lovely to be with you, gorgeous people.
Yeah, it's really nice to have your company. We are we're getting bigger. There's more and more people tuning in every week, and that is really, really exciting, particularly as we head into full-on gardening season.
And by the way, if you ever want to see what Bex and I are up to in our gardens, you can always follow us on our social media as well. There you are, Bex.
Yeah, I'm Rebecca Bex Edwards on Facebook, and Bex Edwards My Garden on Instagram. I've tried to change it to be the same. It won't let me. I'm completely confused by technology. But yes, please come and have a little look on there.
It's Bex with a
X.
And then I am Sean Ryan, presenter and plant man. I do more on Facebook. I should do a bit more on Instagram, but I tend to do more on Facebook.
I'm getting on it. I'm trying.
Yeah, we saw like you do a lot of Instagram, I do a lot of Facebook. But I tend to put pictures of my garden. I tend to...
Your smiley face.
No, yeah, I do.
I know. I love the pictures of your smiley face.
I do smile a lot.
He takes a picture and he does this.
Like that.
It's cute. I love it.
I do smile a lot. But yeah, you'll get to see us planting some of the things we've bought. We do little videos of what we've been up to. You might get to see what we do in our social life, but that's not a lot nowadays.
Not a lot.
But yeah, if you want to follow us, we'd love you to do that.
Yeah, we'd love you to.
But right, we've got loads coming up. What's coming up next, Bex? What are you thinking of?
Oh God, I can't remember. What am I doing? Oh, Kojo no Mai.
Yeah, that's
lovely. We've got
lovely.
beautiful Kojo no Mai. We've got Laura. Oh, Daphne Perfume Princess.
Lovely.
We've got some.
Any of the standards coming in?
Salix. Oh, we've got the Salix Black Pussy Willow. We've got Honeysuckle. The Escalonia Pink L. We've got the Bush. We've also got the Standard.
I like the sound of the Standard. I've not seen it before.
That's exciting.
So loads coming up, but it is all on our website if you want to have a look ahead. But let's have a look at what's been the most popular so far. I'm going to guess the dahlias.
Dahlias is for sure the busiest, but I think the callistemon has been quite popular as well. Yeah.
Should be at that price. Right, let's remind you of some of the favourites so far. So yeah, no surprises. These are our Dahlia hybridisers mix. So what a deal this is. 10 for £12.99, or if you double up, you can go for 20 for £14.98. It works out 75 pence. Now, bearing in mind, these are big tubers. You're having massive bags, actually. Just keep them frost-free. So maybe start them off in pots. But each one of these, each tuber will grow close to 1 metre tall this year. You will get masses of gorgeous flowers, loads of different varieties. You can see there, lots of different colours. Great cut flowers, of course, with dahlias. Just top tip, if you're gonna pick them as cut flowers, make sure they're open, because if you pick them in bud, they don't open up inside in water. So just pick them when they're fully out as cut flowers. But I just think, I'm so pleased dahlias are really back in fashion. in the garden. Many of the top breeders have been creating these amazing varieties, and they are just true performers, and they're easy. They just need a sunny spot and well-drained soil. But amazing. If you're looking for value today, doesn't get better than that, and they've been the top seller so far. Club price is £11.69. So if you're one of our club members, one of the 40-odd thousand, your price is £11.69. Right, the anemones, these are good value as well, amazing value actually. So, 75 for £9.99, but it's a buy one, get one free. So I made that 150. These are lovely. They're quite delicate looking. They only grow to about 15 centimetres. You often find them in woodlands actually, don't you? So they will tolerate shade as well. They look great around shrubs, standards. So they don't grow particularly tall, but they are really pretty. And they do look, I think they look really good as you see them right now, en masse, all grouped together. 630, 244 for the Anemone Blanda there. Then oh yes, like these. Now these are actually called Fimbriata. We've forgotten R there, but Fimbriata. I thought it was Fimbriata. Fimbriata. Well, I knew there was an R there somewhere, but it means frilly. They look as if. I'm not very good at R's, have you noticed anyway? I can't roll my R's. But anyway, Fimbriata. Frilly. Gorgeous. And like all begonias, very easy to grow. So these are weather resilient. They do not mind a wet summer. They do not mind shade. They do really well in part shade, but also full sun. They come as a tuber, which can be stored over winter as well, just keep it frost free. But you know what, they're just winners. I call them warriors in the garden. They never let you down. They flower all summer long. They don't need deadheading. I mean, you can do, but in general, I never do. And they just repeat flower. They would benefit from a feed, obviously during the summer months, and our blooming fast would be superb. But amazing big shows for just a small amount there. £9.99 for 10, or if you double up, you can go for 20 for £14.99. So Begonia Fimbriata. There you go. I put the R in the right place there. Then what did we have? Oh, now, this is an amazing summer collection of bulbs. All sorts in here. Just looking at the gladioli. The great thing about these is there's your freesias included as well. You get 20 of those. Alliums we're looking at right now, that's the Allium Molly. So they will actually flower from around about May time into September. Lots of different sizes, lots of different heights on those. There's a Bodier there as well, gladioli. But it's working out, what did I say, 4p a bulb? Yeah, 4p a bulb, and lots of these would be great for cut flowers as well. But that's just an incredible value pack. It's the best price we've ever done on our summer bulb collection. Absolutely incredible value for money. And you know, if you're on a budget, if you just want to fill a garden easily, fill lots of pots, then that is the one to go for. Now, I love sweet peas. I love the fragrance. I love the flowers. I just think they're so gorgeous. But this variety is a little bit more compact. If you've ever grown sweet peas before, you need a lot of height with them. So, you know, great if you've got a fence, great if you've got a huge trellis. But these will only grow to about 60 centimetres in terms of height. So a smaller variety, ideal for a modern garden, a smaller space. But you don't have to have them climbing. You can actually have them trailing. So you can have them in things like hanging baskets, of course, as well. The key to sweet peas is to keep dead heading. When the flowers go over, They very, very quickly form seed pods, really quickly. It happens in sometimes a couple of days. You need to constantly be removing those to keep them repeat flowering. Give them a good feed. They do like to be well fed throughout the summer months. And a nice bright sunny position, but apart from that they are super easy to grow. But that variety, it's called Patio Perfect because it is perfect for a patio and a smaller garden. 410190. And we do have an amazing plant of the week today, and it's a Callistenum. It's the bottlebrush plant. Just tell out how many of you ordered that. Well done if you managed to get hold of it. It's a big plant. It's already well established. It comes in a 2.5 litre pot. So this is a Mediterranean plant, hardy to about -5, loves a sunny position, and it is a magnet for pollinators as well. Now, as it's coming into flower, it's very early because this would normally flower. I mean, mine flowers kind of May time in general, but obviously with climate change, things are flying all over the place, aren't they? But it really is quite a spectacle. And as Bex was saying, doesn't really need pruning. It does not like to be hard pruned, this one, so don't suddenly, after a few years, get the choppers to it and chop it right back. It really wouldn't like that, but it doesn't need it. I mean, occasionally you might want to take off a damaged branch, a dead branch, a diseased branch, but in general, it does not need a lot of pruning or maintenance. 510046 for the bottle brush plant, the Callistenum, which is also known as a bottlebrush plant because of the shape of the flowers. Makes sense, that one. Now we've also got some brilliant pre-orders available. We'll be dispatching these in March. So I hope you go for these. These will arrive as pro plugs. And do you know what? I love buying plug plants from YouGarden. I love growing them on. It's very, very easy. We've got lots of things to help you. We've got the propagator set as well on the show. But these will produce the most magnificent begonias this year. And you're going to get 40 for $14.99. I mean, that works out incredible value for money. Just amazing, actually. And like all begonias, repeat flowering, easy to grow, very low maintenance. These are not divas. These are not like, oh, you need to tend to me every day. Not at all. They just do their thing. They flower and flower and flower. They are weather resistant. They don't mind a bit of shade. They don't mind full sun. They just really look after themselves. All you need to do is water and feed them with our Blooming Fast 490 198 for the Begonia Apricot Shades. And then the other pre-order on the show were the Saphinias. Now, there are petunias and petunias. These are Saphinias. This is the renowned breed of petunias that are known to trail for several feet, that are known to really stand up to bad weather in the summer, and they just flower and flower and flower and flower. I love Saphinias. They are absolutely gorgeous. For me, these make summer, and if you've ever been into a shopping centre and they've got magnificent hanging baskets full of petunias, chances are, if they look great, they will be Saphinias. 400-881, 30 years of Saphinias. But if you have just joined us, good morning. Welcome to YouGarden TV. It's lovely to be back in the potting shed with our gorgeous Bex. And you gorgeous gardeners out there.
It's nice to have you back in the potting shed.
What a great time of year it is.
Here today and tomorrow.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yes. Got my gilet on. It's like
Dan will be pleased.
Yeah, this is like my standard uniform. Do you know what I'm looking forward to though? There will be days in the summer where we'll just be in I'll be in my t-shirt.
That's it. In here we'll be roasting in here.
Yes. But the clocks change.
It's not long now, is it? It's about
4
6
weeks.
weeks. Is it 4 weeks?
4 weeks. 4 weeks to Sunday. Yeah, 4 weeks and British summertime officially begins. Yes. Clock spring forward. We do lose an hour's sleep that
I don't
day.
care.
I don't.
I'm all right with that. I lose many hours of sleep every night, so it's fine.
Do you imagine in 4 weeks' time you could be sat in your garden at 7 o'clock, 7:30, it'll still be light?
Oh.
Yes.
So exciting.
Really exciting. Right. I'm
This one's
very excited about
exciting.
this. First time we've had an Escalonia standard.
As a standard,
Yeah.
And it is beautiful. Check out that lovely, tall, straight stem that we're talking about here.
God, I want this, you know.
And then you...
No, I do.
I know, you've got to add it to your
right.
list. And then we're going to create this beautiful lollipop ball shape at the top here that's then going to have those panicle shapes, those ice cream cones of those beautiful pink flowers on here. It's another pollinating paradise. Royal Horticultural Society gave the Escalonia Pink L their badge of perfect for pollinators, because once you get those flowers on here, you can't keep the bees and the butterflies away. They adore it.
No, I've got standard envy now because
I know.
well, at the moment I've got my holly standards, but I'll be honest, I look at them and I think of Christmas still.
Yes, me too.
I've got a Salix standard, but that looks a bit wintry at the moment.
You've got your viburnums, but again, that's a bit...
No, they look great actually still.
Do they still look really good?
Yeah, they actually still look good, but they will start going over soon.
Yeah. So I've got the rose standards, but they're not quite there yet. The foliage is coming, but obviously there's no flowers on there yet. They're still looking a bit bare. And I've got my holly standards, and I've got my cypress conifer.
I mean, that's good. That's a lovely selection. These are evergreen. So you've got that
Evergreen.
gorgeous foliage all year round. But when we head into summer,
Yeah.
oh my word, these are going to look magnificent, aren't they?
It's those
Look at
flowers,
them.
and you get... So these are really easy to care for. They're very floriferous. They're incredibly rewarding, but they don't really require a massive amount of work from you. Now, bear in mind, this is a standard. It's been crafted into this standard shape. That is not easy
No.
to do. That takes a few years to get it to where it is at now.
And I know you, Gavin, work with very experienced grafters, they're called. And
You're a grafter. Not in that way, though.
we think of
We
grafters
work hard.
working hard. But no, they graft the top of this onto that long stem. And I think at Yew Garden we are particularly good with standards in general,
Yeah,
don't you?
I think we're very, very good at this. And
Yeah.
this one is an absolute beauty. And it's going to just keep getting better. It's going to require just the tiniest amount of pruning. Now, Escalonias they naturally grow in a beautiful shape anyway. They really are quite undemanding.
you're
They
right.
don't need a massive amount of work. But I think because what we're creating here is that beautiful lollipop shape, this might need just a little bit of more tidying up than maybe the bush would. And all you have to do is, and I wouldn't even take any loppers to this, it'd be just a pair of secateurs, just gently shape into the beautiful round shape. But this is just going to keep getting better. It's going to keep getting that lovely shape on it. And every year, throughout the summer months, and it comes in flushes, you will get flushes of these beautiful pink flowers.
Yeah, I know it's not one of the most affordable standards that we do, but it is one of the most special.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and that will come with a lifetime guarantee, of course, as well.
Yeah, it's winter hardy.
Fully winter hardy.
Yep, fully
and
winter
that's the
hardy.
same with any of our plants that have got the stamp of being winter hardy. They do come with a lifetime guarantee. So basically, there's like a snowflake symbol on our website. If it says winter hardy, it comes with a lifetime guarantee. So if that doesn't do well, let us know and we'll replace it free of charge. All you'd pay is the postage. That is literally it.
Just remember how much work has gone into creating that into a standard. Like that's quite complicated work. Several years worth of work has gone into creating that.
I'm thinking I might buy that from a mum for Mother's Day.
Beautiful idea.
She used to have one of these pink owls, Escalonias, in her old garden, but not a standard.
Absolutely beautiful idea.
I know what you're thinking.
And let's pot it up into the April, shall we?
Do you know what?
That right there is a beautiful Mother's Day gift.
Isn't it?
And then get yourself some Primula ballerina.
Oh, yeah.
Get yourself a packet of the Primula ballerinas.
I like
and
Starbucks.
underplant this. Whoops.
I'll get that for you.
Don't throw them on the floor.
No.
But underplant that with some of the Primula ballerinas all the way around the edge.
That'd be
Look how pretty that would
gorgeous.
look.
And again, I know the April planters are not our most affordable. We've got loads of really good value pots, but I think they are one of the most stylish we do, don't you? So if you do want to go for those, a pair of them, they are on
I'm
offer.
quite tempted.
Got a £10 saving right now at £24.98.
A
Do you know, I
great
love seeing the
gift.
club prices. It really makes you realise how much you can save just from joining our discount club here at Yew Garden. So if you're not a member, join today. £5 for the year on auto renewal, and you can make some big savings instantly. Yeah, I like that, Bex.
Yeah, that's
like
lovely.
it a lot.
And the thing is, when it comes to Mother's Day gifts, you do spend a decent. If you just buy a bunch of flowers and get them delivered, they're going to cost £30–35 anyway, and it's the tiniest little bunch of flowers. And not that I'm doing the cut flower industry down. Of course, there's room and there's place for it, but this will last it'll last a lifetime.
Yeah,
probably,
we've got a lifetime guarantee from Yew Garden. Anyway,
There you go.
I'm very tempted with the. I'd like a couple of those.
There you go.
I really would.
Place your order.
I'm going to do it.
Do you know what? Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want the standard of the pink L, we do have the bush form of the pink L as well. We've been bringing this for the last couple of weeks. It's been really popular, and we can see why. Again, it's a very undemanding plant. This plant actually came to us in a selection, didn't it? Do you remember when the head gardener did his little selection?
Yes, it did.
So
but
we
it was
had 3
in a
plants.
9cm pot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
they were the small
pot.
ones. We had the Deutzia, we had the pink L, and we had the Ceanothus, and that was our head gardener's selection. So that to me tells you how amazing this particular plant is, that it actually made the cut.
I think my memory's not as good as it used to be because I forgot it was $9.99.
Yeah.
It's a really good price for that.
In a
That's
2-litre
amazing.
pot, really well established, evergreen plant.
I mean,
beautiful.
Because Escalonias are not very fast growing, they normally do charge and command a premium price.
Yeah, see, I even think $14.99 for this in a 2
I
litre
agree.
is a great price.
I mean, I'd look at that and think it should be, I'd say $19.99, something like that.
At least.
And look, that will be covered in those gorgeous pink flowers this summer and every single summer. But I like the fact that it's evergreen as well. I have learned, I mean, looking around my garden, it is nice to have more of evergreen things.
Yeah, you've got to have the right mix. You've got to have the right mix of stuff in your garden. If you've got too many herbaceous or too many deciduous, your garden can look really bare at this time of year. So it is, you just got to get the right mix in there. And so, you know, this one's a great one to add in. It can go in a pot just like we're showing you here, and it's a wonderful feature plant. Obviously going to invite all those pollinators in, but it does actually work quite nicely in a border too, because this will grow to about, I mean, maximum height, we're talking 3 or 4 feet, and as you say, it's going to take several years to get there.
Relatively slow growing.
So it's great for a smaller garden.
Yeah, it's a really neat plant. Love that. That's an amazing price, by the way. $9.99, $5.10, $5.45 is your item number. $8.99 for club members. Right, Bex, where are you going?
Tuberose. Polyanthus tuberosa.
Now, I remember my mum growing these a few years ago in her old garden, and when they flowered, because we knew that the fragrance was supposed to be wonderful, but when they flowered, it was magnificent.
It is the most magnificent fragrance.
I remember it, and I don't have a good sense of smell, but I remember it really well. It's gorgeous.
My spray that I sprayed this morning has a tuberose fragrance
I
in
thought
it.
it smelled expensive.
There you go.
Yeah, I did.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and the tuberose fragrance is used in lots of perfumes.
Yeah, high-end ones.
Mine isn't high-end, it's just a body spray, but...
Well, it smelled high-end.
Still smells delicious.
Oh, you do smell expensive.
But yeah, it does get used in really high-end and expensive perfumes because it has the most delicious fragrance.
And actually, if you ever buy tuberoses cut flower, they are extortionate. Only top florists tend to use them, don't they? But you can actually grow them in your garden. And we've got a selection here. It's actually, you can go for a deal. I'll give you the details of these. They like a sunny, well-drained spot, don't they?
Sunny, well-drained, and I'm going to say a sheltered spot as well.
I agree.
So you don't want anywhere too windy. Now, they can get to about sort of 70, 80 centimetres in height, and that's why I'm saying a sheltered spot, because you get this lovely sort of strappy foliage at the bottom, but then you get this lovely sort of tall flower spike with multiple flowers, as you can see. They open
like one by one.
in succession, don't they? Really, really pretty. So sunny, warm, sheltered spot.
And I like the way they're kind of like a creamy white, but then with the pink little touches and edges.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. I do remember Mum, if you're watching, you'll remember how beautiful they were.
Well, if you're going for the double up din and you're getting 20 of the bulbs, here's a top tip for you. Don't plant all of them at the same time. Plant 5. And then in 2 weeks, plant another 5.
That's a good idea, yeah.
And then in 2 weeks, plant another 5. And then 2 weeks, plant another 5. Because then hopefully what you'll get is a succession of opening. So somewhere between August and October is where these will open for you. But if you plant them spaced out like I'm suggesting there, you'll be able to extend that flowering season. They smell absolutely beautiful, particularly in the evening. There's something about the evening time where it sends the smell out for you.
You are spot on there. I remember my mum and I sitting in her garden, having a glass of wine, put the worlds to right, and I do remember the fragrance. It was absolutely
particularly
stunning.
at night, the fragrance just comes out. Now you can get these to come back with a little bit of care and attention. So basically the bulb creates one flower spike, which I think is why they're so expensive, because you get one flower spike. The bulb actually then dies off, but it creates these offsets, and those are the ones that you can then overwinter and get to come back again next year, but they do need protection from frost. So I think if you grow them in a pot, very easy to just move the pot into a frost-free location, and then with a little bit of care and attention next year, you can get these to come back for you.
I always think as gardeners, it's nice to try different things. So if you've never grown tuberosa, do it this year. You won't be disappointed. And I personally think you can put them in beds and borders, but I think in a pot, you can make sure that you make the most of that fragrance.
Totally.
You can move the pot around, make sure you sat next to it. But they're amazing. And they're really beautiful flowers. Really
Absolutely
beautiful.
Gorgeous flowers, and it's I'm very fragrant. Like, I love looking at flowers. I love looking at them, but I love smelling them even more.
Now, don't forget to confirm your orders today. And if you do get your order to over £40, you will get free postage as well, which is brilliant. And with every order, use the code YGTV924. You will get your free sweet pea seeds as well today. Right, now, one of the best sellers in the last few weeks that we brought back today is the Flame Lily. There's been some great comments about this one, hasn't there?
Yeah, honestly, this one is
Look at this
super exotic. I adore this. I haven't started mine yet, but I need to. It's in a bag on the side. Cannot wait to get this started off.
So I'm giggling because we both sometimes come to you going like, oh, I did some gardening yesterday, but I've still got this to do, that to do. Just fitting it all in, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I planted loads of stuff, but the Flame Lily is still in the bag on the side, so in the utility. So I will. Do you know what? I might even go home and do it this afternoon.
It'll only take you 5 minutes, won't it?
It won't take long, will it, at all?
But this is one of the most fascinating flowers we've ever seen. It's just. It's incredible, isn't it? Look at it. It's like a flame.
It is.
Hence the name.
I love those names, though, that really do describe what it is. Look at how interesting that is. It is a climber, so you're going to need something, you're going to need some support, something for it to climb up. It does need a bit of protection from frost as well. So I'm going to suggest you go for our tower pot. I've no idea if we've still got the deal on it or not, but either way, I still think you should go for the tower pot, because all three of these tubers planted into that tower pot will then create a beautiful display, and it does mean that you can move that pot into the conservatory, into a frost-free location, and you can get it to come back for you next year. It'd make a wonderful conservatory plant in your new conservatory, Sean.
Yeah.
In a tower pot, that would look amazing.
Oh my word, sorry, I'm looking at that. It's just so...
You are a bit speechless looking at it, aren't you? I can see it. Like, it's just so incredible.
One of the things I love about doing this show, there's just such diversity in the plants. And we always say our tagline with You Garden is gardening for everyone. And we really have got plants for everybody, no matter what type of garden you've got, no matter what taste you've got, what experience. But it's really great when we get these kind of like showstoppers. Yeah. That's just so exotic, isn't it?
You were saying earlier about trying something new every year.
Yeah,
it's good to do your firm favourites, of course, but it's also, it's lovely to plant something just a little bit different and a little bit new to plant every year, and this could be that.
So Elaine, one of our readers, just messaged, said, don't wear hairs still in the bag too.
We'll do it this afternoon, Elaine.
Come on, Elaine.
Or should we just say this week? Maybe that's too much of a time frame. This week.
Get it started.
I need a tower pot. I need to place an order. I need compost. I need a tower pot. I need all of these things.
So I'd just start off whatever.
Just start it.
I would.
And then plant it on.
Yeah,
I'll do that. I've got some pots still. I have got some still down the side of the house.
Oh no, do you know what? I felt so bad yesterday. I was tidying up the greenhouse and I did find a couple of bags of bulbs.
Oh no!
You poor things. And
they'd gone to mush.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah.
So anyway, you get 3 tubers, $7.99.
Yeah, give this one a go, please. I think that's really exciting.
But this does need to be protected from frost. It can only, you can put it outside in the summer or for a summer holiday.
Yeah.
But it will need to be protected from frost. but you can put it outside, say, when it's midsummer.
Yeah, so go for the tower pot, because I think that will really make life a bit easier for you.
Right, now, I was excited this morning because I had a little wander around the garden.
So did I, and I went and looked at the Kojonomai.
So is yours about to come out?
It is about to come out.
Mine
there.
is, yeah.
I mean, it's actually not looking as impressive as this one, but it is about to come out.
I
There are
reckon
flower
another
buds
week,
there.
don't
Another
you?
week, and it's going to look fantastic.
So-
But mine, I've been growing for a year, and it doesn't look as good as this. This has got to be a good couple of years, hasn't it? Maybe 3 years.
I'd say,
3 years.
because it is a slow grow. It only goes about 10 centimetres a year, maybe maximum 20.
Yeah.
But at this time of year, March, I know we're not quite into March, but heading into March, this is when it just bursts into flower. And I love the fact that all of the blossom comes out before the leaves. So it's just divine,
And
isn't
there's
it?
so much of it. Look
Yeah.
at how many blossom flowers are on there.
There's hundreds, isn't there?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely hundreds.
It's got a real sort of bonsai-like feel to it
Yes.
as well. It's got that gorgeous kind of miniature feel to it. Obviously, we've been bringing this to you when it's been bare branches. It's super interesting when it's got the bare branches because it's got this kind of zigzag effect to it. And then the blossom appears via these really deep red buds that you can see at every sort of zigzag angle of the branch. You'll see those little buds, and then they burst open into some of the prettiest blossom that is out there. You know, it's super pretty.
Now this one never gets too big. I mean, it's relatively slow growing, so it might go to about a couple of metres.
Yeah, I mean, maximum growth on it is 2.5 metres, but it's going to take a good 10 plus years to get to that.
I might be collecting my pension by then, mate.
Not yet. They'll put the age up by the time we get there.
So
They'll put the age up by the time we get there.
You tell you. But relatively slow growing. It's compact. As Bex was saying, it's a bit bonsai-esque, the way that it grows, the way that the branches twist and turn.
Perfectly formed.
Yeah.
I think it's
and
beautiful.
then when the blossom goes over, it normally lasts, I would say, 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's good amount of time.
Then the leaves will appear. But what is lovely, those green leaves in autumn, they go fire red.
Yeah, you get a lovely display. There's loads going on with this, and even though it's a deciduous plant, it still looks really sort of statuesque and quite interesting because of that zigzag nature that you get to the branches.
It does look good naked, and who can say that?
It's true.
Silence in the potting chair.
It looks amazing naked.
It does.
Right.
But it is at its best when you get this amazing blossom. And with it being an early flower, obviously great for the pollinators as well.
Well, the Royal Horticultural Society actually gave it their badge of perfect for pollinators.
Yes.
And it has the Award of Garden Merit too. So, proven performer, totally winter hardy, so it has our lifetime guarantee as well. I've left mine outside. I've done nothing to it. Obviously, I will feed it and I will look after it over the summer months. It's in a pot. But other than that,
I'm sorry.
just leave it.
Yeah, loves a sunny spot though.
Yeah.
It's a sun worshipper and it does like well-drained soil.
Yeah.
But it's really easy. I love that.
Super
and that
simple.
price, club members, $13.49. Incredible. Sorry, that's just breathtaking. Isn't it? I love this time of year. Right, Oriental poppies are next.
Five bare roots included in here. So bare roots obviously is a great way to shop. Bare roots just represent fantastic value for money. If you think about buying something that's been potted up and grown on a little bit, obviously that's going to cost more money because there is the pot to pay for, the compost to pay for, and the time.
And the labour.
Yeah, the labour, the time it's taken for somebody to look after that and grow that on. So this is why we love bringing bare roots, because it's the gardener's way of shopping for gardening stuff, isn't it?
Do you know, years ago, I didn't buy bare roots. Now I'm a bit more experienced. I love it.
See, I think, and it's just about gaining confidence, isn't it? Because if you can take a potted plant and plant it in the ground, you can definitely take a bare root and plant it in the ground. Yeah. It is the same process, bar one additional step. That additional step is stick it in a bucket of water.
Yeah, for a couple of hours.
That's it. All you've got to do is soak it for a couple of hours and then plant it exactly the same way as you would a pot plant.
I think planting a bare root in many ways is easier.
It's easier.
Because when something is established in a pot, you've got to dig a bigger hole, generally speaking. Yeah. You've got to tease out the roots from the actual pot. And actually, sometimes things that have been moved from a pot into the ground don't settle in as quickly.
They have a bit shock, don't
they? And they don't settle in as quickly. But a bare root, you're planting the bare plant, they tend to establish a lot better.
Yes. Absolutely.
And the value. You save so much money.
So it is just about gaining the confidence, because you might look at a bare root. You know, I know we've got a lot of experienced gardeners out there. You know, regulars. I know really that you know this, but we get a lot of new viewers, a lot of beginner gardeners.
And sometimes we're better at certain things in the garden. I mean, because for many years I had gardens just with pots. Bedding plants, hanging baskets, that's my thing.
That's your bag.
Yeah, I know every bedding plant inside out, and I've grown every bedding plant. I'm having the pub garden as well.
Yeah.
But bare roots are so simple. All the instructions on our website as well. Let's talk about poppies though, because poppies are magnificent, aren't they? Look at them.
Absolutely fantastic, gorgeous kind of flamboyant blooms, I think they are, but they're beautiful as well, and I think they have a lot of meaning, don't they? Particularly here in the UK.
Of course.
They've definitely got a lot of meaning to us. In this collection, you get a beautiful mix of shades. You get the red, you get the orange, you get that kind of candy pink, and the white included in there as well. They can flower for up to about 6 weeks as well, Oriental poppies, so you get a really decent flowering season from them, and they create a nice bit of height in your borders.
Yeah.
So and about somewhere between 2 and 3 feet in height.
And you should get some poppies this year, but year 2, year 3, you can be getting 20, 30 poppies per plant.
Per plant, that's a lot.
Yeah. And sometimes what I tend to do, because when they've flowered, sometimes they go a little bit, I don't want to say straggly, but a poppy isn't a structured plant. So sometimes after the flower, they go a little bit sort of like straggly. I'm going to say it again, straggly.
Straggly?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. So chop them right back.
And they won't be straggly anymore.
No, but you get new growth and you may get a second flourish.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, you do.
I love this. It's not as big, is it? But you could get a second flourish of flowers. I love that idea. Because they grow quite quickly, don't they? You get lots of foliage very, very quickly.
And although you can put poppies in pots and they look fine, I think they work really well in beds. I think so.
I think so.
They've got my mum's got a lovely kind of country cottage garden. Fantastic. Great value, no postage on those. 5 bare roots for $12.99. 580007. Right, we're just going to pause for a minute and just say hello to Daphne. Hello, Daphne.
Hello, Daphne.
There you are.
I'm picking it up because I just need to...
Isn't she pretty?
Oh, she's pretty.
Can I have a smell?
Oh, even you'll be able to smell this.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Oh, I'm dripping. That is...
Yeah. Beautiful.
My word, Perfume Princess, absolute perfect name. That is the most delicious fragrance, isn't it?
It's
proper perfume,
stunning.
Gorgeous floral scent that you get from that. Now we have
I need some. Come on, give me some more.
Give me some more.
Give me some more.
We've brought the Perfume Princess in the past, and I've said it creates bigger flowers. They can be up to 4 times larger than other Daphnes. They're more fragrant, and honestly, that really is the case with the Daphne Perfume Princess. The scent coming off there is absolutely incredible. Plus, she's really pretty as well.
Really beautiful.
Look at her.
And I know with gardens, sometimes bringing in all of the senses is so important. My mum's partially sighted. She still manages to garden, but she's partially sighted, so she doesn't see things quite as well as she used to do. So things like scent and sound are more important than ever, and that fragrance is divine. In fact, Olwyn's husband...
Yes.
This would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Our lovely Olwen, who watches all the time. Her husband is partially sighted now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So she's been creating a sensory garden, as in, getting lots of fragrant plants and things in her garden for that reason. And I think this is a great one because it has got a very... It is quite a strong scent, but beautiful.
Yeah.
Not overpowering, not horrible, but really, really pretty.
And actually, Adam Woolcott, who is also one of our experts on the show, he's going to be with you, is it this Sunday, Bex?
It is this Sunday, yeah.
And he created, him and his partner John, created a award-winning sensory gardening at Chelsea a few years ago. I think they won Silver Guild, I think. And that was, they were raising money for guide dogs, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they created a whole sensory garden, you might remember, at Chelsea. So he's going to be with us on the show on Sunday.
That's it.
But that's all about fragrance. Absolutely amazing.
Totally about fragrance, but it is evergreen as well. It is winter hardy, so it has our lifetime guarantee. It doesn't get, it can get quite big. It can get to 3 or 4 feet in height, but it takes a little bit of time to get there. Absolute perfect plant for you to put out in a border, but definitely wants a nice sunny spot. I would recommend, I think, keeping this in a pot, though, personally, because this is in flower now, sort of March, April time. You want this wherever it is you're going to be in the garden, don't you? You don't want it. You don't want it down the end of the garden in a border somewhere. And that is 501-038. Right. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Garden TV. Right. Let's just remind everybody. Where's my board? It's in here. There we are. Here we go. So, we would love you to save on postage today. Yes, we would. Free P&P on all orders over £40. So if you've got a few things you're basket right now, and it's maybe saying £4.99 P&P or something like that, or £6.99. If you can get your order to over £40, we will take the postage off. About half of you have done that. You don't have to. No. But if you need some compost, get compost added to your order, and that might take it over £40, and then everything else will be delivered free. The other thing I should say, if you are just buying 1 or 2 things, you only pay postage once. Yeah. So if you've got one item that's got £3.99 postage, one that's got £4.99, you'd only pay the £4.99. I think the highest on the show would be £6.99, probably for the... Is that on our Prunus Triloba, maybe? Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, because they're really big. Obviously, the packaging on those is quite substantial. But yeah, everything else is about £4.99. There's still a buy one, get one free, though, so totally worth it. I planted one. Have you? I planted one. Oh, good on you. Anyway... Let's talk compost. So, let's talk compost. Our best-selling product at Yew Garden is our premium professional compost. We sell thousands of bags every single week, and actually, as we're heading to spring now, that's just your order, bags. But as we are heading to spring, the demand for this gets absolutely huge. The reviews that we've got on our website are amazing, but we have sold this for many years on TV, and over that period of time there's been thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews. And what is interesting, whenever we show this to new people, instantly they say, oh, it feels good. Oh, doesn't it smell good? It's got great texture, it's really fibrous, it smells really fresh, there's nothing dank about this. But this has been a recipe that's been perfected over many, many years, and this is the compost that we use to plant up all of our roses, all of our hanging baskets. I think this year we're planting up 2,500 hydrangeas from bare roots as well. So this is the compost we use on the nursery. And bear in mind, this is our business. It has got to be the best. It's got to give plants the best start in life, and we know that it absolutely does. But if you are new to the show, you might be wondering, what's in it? What's all the fuss about? Yes. It's just dirt. It isn't. Now, I've been amazing. It is amazing. And I've been doing some research lately into the science of compost and what makes it work and why. It is so involved. It's so fascinating. I'm going to keep reading because I wish I could go back to school. It's so fascinating when you learn all this stuff, isn't it? Well, I reckon here at Yew Garden, they know all of that, don't they? Well, they absolutely know all of that. Yeah. This recipe has been perfected over the years. So some things have been taken away, some things have been added in, but what you can be assured of is every time you place an order for this, the consistent quality that you get from this. I'm just going to say that. Every time I place an order for this and I open the bag, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my compost. Yeah. It's the same every single time. I'm always getting quality with it. Now, inside there, as I run my hands through it, let's just take a look at some of the green balls that you can see. There's loads of them. They're all... I'm going to go again. There, loads of them. Loads of little green balls throughout that compost. And that, my friends, is a slow release fertiliser. That is going to feed your plants for a good 6 months once you plant stuff into here. Really important that your plants can get hold of their feed as and when they need it. How would you feel if you were only getting fed at the whim of somebody else? I mean, you know, as a child... You'd be miserable. As a child, it's so important to be fed well. Regularly. Every single day. Yeah. So you have got
that slow release fertilizer. One of the most expensive ingredients, actually, that'll give your plants food for up to 6 months. But I love the texture of this as well.
Yeah, and that's made up of the composted wood fibre. In fact, the whole compost is 50% composted wood fibre, and it's super well composted. There's no great big lumps and chunks in here.
There's no big twigs sticking out
there. It's a really good texture, which is why I've started my sweet pea seeds off in this, because seeds through to trees and everything in between, because the texture of it is amazing.
And I've got my begonias in this right now. I've got my dahlias in it, and I've been repotting some of my house plants as well. So you've got 50% composted wood fibre. Now you do have 3 different types of peat in here, the light and dark peats. Some of those are renewable, like the sphagnum moss peat, but we have, obviously for environmental reasons, reduced that over the years to put in the minimum amount to give the maximum results, and that's what you're getting here. You've also got what's called a pH buffer, because most plants like a soil or an environment that's just slightly on the acidic side of neutral, and that pH buffer is in there to give you that brilliant pH. So this is perfect for every plant apart from the acid-loving ones, pretty much.
Yeah.
So if it's a rhododendron, a camellia, blueberry, you would need to buy our Ericaceous compost.
Yeah, and it's available on the website. Just type in Eric into the search bar and I'll bring those details up for you.
And I can now spell Ericaceous, I think. It says.
Go on.
E-R-I-C-A-C-E-E-O-U-S.
You added an extra E in.
Oh, again.
Eric Ace. Us.
O-U-S. Did I put an extra E in?
Yeah.
I did Ericaceous.
Ericaceous.
Spelling is not my forte. Maths is.
He's the maths boy. I'm the spelling girl.
Anyway, I did interrupt there because there's one final thing.
There is, the wetting agent. And it's a really important one, actually, because what it does is it makes the water and the compost stick to each other. When the compost has got really dried out, you know, in the summer, and you've got your hanging baskets.
There's always that odd day, isn't there, that you turn your back and before you know it, your hanging basket's gone from looking wonderful to go.
Yeah, or your pots, actually. In fact, one of mine, I need to sort it out because it. Anyway.
But there is that day, isn't there, when things dry out. And sometimes if you water, if it's a regular compost,
it'll just come over the edge.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating, isn't it, when all that water's going out over the side of the basket or the pot. Doesn't happen with this.
Doesn't happen with it. So it's really, the ingredients list used to create this compost has been perfected over the years to create a really premium professional compost. We don't just give it that name so it's got some title that makes you think it's better than it is. It genuinely is the trade secret that we have let out the bag.
No, I ran out of compost yesterday. I was really annoyed myself. So get yours today. And remember, club members, every time you order the compost, you save $2.50. So $22.48.
So 2 lots of compost today will pretty much pay for your club membership.
Yeah.
All but a few pennies. It will pay for the cost of your club membership, which will then last for a full 12 months and give you 10% discount on all of your orders for the next 12 months.
Cool. By the way, have you spotted our little window box, Danny? That was one of the planter mats we planted.
It was one of the planter mats.
Yeah.
Planted it a while ago. Yeah, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, I remember planting that on the show.
Yeah.
It looks really good, doesn't it?
It's beautiful. Perfectly planted. That's the beauty of those planter mats. We've got loads of those on the website, by the way, if you want to have a look at the planter mats. They're really clever.
Yes. Right. Then there's some summer ones on the website as well. But what we're going to do, we're going to go back to my favourites and remind you of some of the great items on the show. Wednesday, by the way, so we're live every Wednesday, 10 to 1. And you always get brand new products on a Wednesday and Thursday.
Thursday 10 till 1. And then we also do a Sunday show, which is our 4-hour marathon from 10 until 2 o'clock. All of the shows are available, by the way. If you can't watch us at those specific times, it's absolutely fine. You can catch up. So you can go onto the website, you can go onto YouTube. There's a whole list of shows there that you can go back at your leisure and watch whenever you want to.
And don't forget to get all the discounts. You just use that special offer code that we've got today. But let's remind you of some of the great items we've seen on Garden TV.
Oh, we can't. There's some problems. I knew there was.
What?
Something happened. The graphics have disappeared.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Still won't click.
This is your free gift today.
Absolutely.
Sweet peas. Plant them now. Now is a great time to plant them.
Yeah, it's a really good time. I planted my sweet pea seeds, it was about 10 days ago, and I'm going to bring them in tomorrow. I'm going to bring the tray in because I've got them in the windowsill propagator kit, which is also available on our website, by the way. 10 days ago, Nearly every single one of the pods where I've planted a seed has got little shoots coming out. It's so exciting. I love it.
And do you know what I like about planting sweet peas? The seeds are a good size. You know, like I've planted things like coleus before, and the seeds are so tiny.
And you've got to use like a little... like a cocktail stick or something to try and pick them up.
It's hard, especially your eyesight's not that good, and my close-up isn't great. But they're easy to plant, a sweet peas.
Really easy to plant, and it is the perfect time to do it now, actually. So you can, because we were talking about this last year, you can plant them October time. You never have you?
No, I was planting spring.
So February, March even, I mean, I've probably been a bit early, but into March, quite happily you can plant your sweet pea seeds. So this is the perfect time to get hold of these and be planting them.
And don't forget, everything is on our website. We only show you a selection of the live shows, but if there's anything else you want to buy on the YouGarden website, you can still pop that in your basket, but always use our discount code, which is YGTV. 924. That is a code for this week.
It does change on a weekly basis.
It does.
So you do need to make sure you're using the most up-to-date code. If you are watching a previous show, if the offer is still available, you can still get that offer, but only if it's still available.
Yeah.
You also get free postage on any orders over £40. But as we said just a few minutes ago, if you can't spend £40, there is only ever one postage cost to pay. So even if you've got 5 items in your basket and all of those have postage attached, you will only ever pay the one postage cost.
And if you want to be part of the show, we would love you to message us if you've got any questions. Then we have got a special email address, which is ygtv@yougarden.com. My name's Shaun Ryan, by the way, SHAUN, Ryan.
I am Bex with an X. Edwards.
I always do that like a child, like a teenager. Bex with an X.
Well, we can pretend. We can pretend we're teenagers.
Yeah. Anyway, here's, no surprises, the daily hybridizers have been your favourite today. Amazing. Look, this is all about value and performance. 10 big tubers. We've seen the size of these. They're really good. Really amazing, actually, this price. And if you double up, you can go for 20 tubers for £14.99. Really worth doubling up, isn't it? For an extra £2, you can get an extra 10 tubers. Who wouldn't do that, even if you're going to give them to friends and family? And these will flower all summer long. They're kind of like mid to late summer into autumn. If you lift the tubers and store them, they will come back year after year. Some people do leave them in the ground, but it's always a bit of a risk. If you get a particularly wet or cold winter, they may not survive. So if you want to definitely make sure they'll come back next year, just lift them at the end of the flowering period, just as we start to get the hints of the first few frosts. 6:30-005. Then we've got these gorgeous little anemones. And these are cute. When I say little, they only grow to about 15 centimetres or so. You often find anemones in woodlands, around trees and shrubs. They're really dainty, really cute, gorgeous colours in these. And we are doing 75, but it's a buy one, get one free. So you'll actually get 150 for £9.99. And if you're thinking, I can't be bothered to plant all of those, because they're only really kind of small bulbs, you don't need a lot of digging with them. It's not like you're going to be digging the ground several inches deep or anything like that. The size of them, they're kind of like the size of a thumbnail, if that, they're actually slightly smaller. So don't be put off by the quantity. You do not need to plant these very deeply at all. 6:30-244 for the anemones there. Now, we are going to be coming to these, but lots of orders coming through already. And they are the Dahlia pom-poms. These are gorgeous, aren't they? The symmetry, I mean, it's amazing when you look at them, aren't they? Absolutely amazing. These are just globes of glorious colour. 5 for £12.99, an extra £4 you can double up and get them for £16.99. But a variety of colours. I'm just gobsmacked at how glorious those look. They're really spectacular. As I mentioned earlier, everyone's gone mad for dahlias this year. They're one of the really, really big names in the gardening world, and that's because there are so many wonderful brand new varieties to enjoy. But they really stand out. Imagine those as a cut flower as well. 6:30-320 for the Dahlia pom-pom. Then we've got the Sweet Pea Patio Perfect. Now these are very different from the sweet peas that you're buying today. Oh, sorry, not buying, from the ones you get as a free gift, as seeds, because these are a lot more compact. They only grow to about 60 centimetres. So they are ideal for, well, smaller patios, smaller gardens. They will repeat flower, but there are a few things you need to know with sweet peas. You really need to keep on top of the deadheading. The great thing is, it's very obvious how to deadhead sweet peas because they form seed pods, a bit like pea pods. The moment they start to form, take them off, and then these will keep flowering and flowering all summer long. Nice, bright, sunny spot needed for these, and do feed them. Our Blooming Fast is a brilliant all-round feed, and that would be perfect for pretty much all of the plants that we have got on the show today. They're great in little hanging baskets as well, so you don't have to have them as climbers, you can have them as trailers as well. And then we've got some really, really good grow your owns. So we've got lots of different types of strawberry runners, but these are the ever bearers. And the reason why they're called ever bearers is because they bear fruit for several months of the summer. So kind of like June, July, August, even maybe nudging into September. Normally, a lot of strawberries, you just get strawberries for, well, I know there's a strawberry farm near me and the season's really short, 3 or 4 weeks, but with these you can get strawberries for several months of the summer. Really sweet, really juicy. This particular variety doesn't produce as many runners, so it's a bit more neater. You know, some strawberries are constantly shooting out runners. These shoot out a lot less, so they're a lot neater. Great for growing in pots, great for getting the kids involved. You will get strawberries this year, but you'll get more and more into years 2 and year 3. And we say in general, strawberry runners will fruit for about 5 years. But don't forget, you can, if you do get some little babies, some little runner plants, you can replant those and then constantly have strawberries, hopefully for the rest of your life. 320070. And then another really good grow your own is this one. I love this. I got this a few weeks ago, got a couple of them, and it's a Blackberry Black Cascade. So this has been bred to be, first of all, completely and utterly thornless. When we think of blackberries, I remember picking them as a kid. I remember getting scratched arms, scratched legs. Not at all with these, completely and utterly thornless. But also, they cascade, hence the name, Black Cascade. So they trail, basically. Gently trail, ideal for hanging baskets, ideal for pots. And don't forget, before we get all of these lovely blackberries, you've had all of the blossom to enjoy as well. So you can actually very easily mix this in with you. If you've got a garden that's full of flowers and you don't really have a veg patch, and you don't want veg that looks, I don't want to sound awful, but some veg looks quite ugly in the garden, these don't. They look really, really pretty. I'd love you to get those there. One of my personal favourites when it comes to our soft fruits, 799. Like most soft fruits, they're like sunny and they need to be well watered and fed. That's just a golden rule, pretty much for all soft fruits. 310064 for the Blackberry Black Cascade. God, what a great variety we've got today, Bex, haven't we? Some really nice stuff.
Yeah, and we haven't seen it all yet. This is the exciting bit. We've got more new stuff for you.
You mean there's more?
There's more, and there's more tomorrow too.
So we're like 2 children today, aren't we? We're a bit giddy about spring being almost here. It feels spring-like today.
It's exciting.
Right.
I was checking out the new growth when I walked out this morning. The tulips are all popping up. The roses are coming through.
Do you always do that? Do you like wander around the garden?
Yeah, I have a little wander in the morning.
Is that what you do at home? Do you like, first thing I do, obviously not if it's pouring down, but yeah, I'll get my first cup of coffee and I'll have a wander out.
Went into the conservatory, went and looked at all the pots. Nothing happening with the dahlias at the moment.
No,
not expecting that to be.
No.
Got my little begonias, can see a few little shoots. Very excited by the sweet peas.
It's a wonderful time, yeah. And thank you to everybody that's watching and ordering. And please tell your friends and family about the show, won't you?
Yeah, please do.
If you know anybody that's into gardening, let them know about You Garden TV. Right, we're going to start with this. This looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Coronilla.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I've never grown one of these yet.
I don't think so. I've never planted one. There was definitely one in a previous garden where I rented the house. There was definitely one there. It's super pretty though, isn't it?
It really is.
So this one is. Sorry, I just dropped your drink on the floor.
Don't you worry.
This one is super pretty for the fact that it is in flower all the way over the winter months. So it actually starts its flowering in around sort of October time. And it keeps going like this all the way through winter and right the way up through into spring and early summer. So about May time it's going to stop. So that is phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
There aren't many plants. And we obviously we've brought a few and we've highlighted a few, but there really aren't that many that can give us those flowers during those winter months.
And the value of that, having that colour for several months of the year.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. And I have to say, it's a big plant at $14.99, isn't it?
Yeah. It's super big and it's evergreen as well. It's hard working. It's easy to look after. It's not one that needs all of your attention. So I think if you're a busy gardener, experienced gardener, if you're a new gardener, this one is phenomenal for you to put into a border.
I'm just thinking, why have I never grown one of these?
I don't know.
I really don't.
Again, I don't know why I've never planted it either. It's one of those ones that... Okay, so I don't think it's a showstopper. Maybe that's why. I think this is very much one of your hard-working...
Close your ears. I think you are a bit of a showstopper.
Shh. It's okay.
No, I know what you mean. It's not like a magnolia that's but
it's absolutely a hard-working, got its place in the border, going to give you a beautiful display. I mean, those yellows in a mixed border somewhere throughout the winter months, that will be a standout plant, won't it? It'll really stand out in a border.
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I saw a house the other day, actually. I'm going to go and take a picture of their garden. I was walking the other day, it's beautiful. And they've got a paper bush, and I'm sure they've got one of these in there as well. It looked absolutely gorgeous. They definitely know what they're doing in that garden. I'm going to go take a picture.
So, so I've never grown this. How big will it get? Fairly compact?
Not massive. We're talking 3 or 4 feet height and spread. So as far as a mixed border is concerned, absolutely perfect. It will bush out a little bit as well.
Yeah.
This, obviously, it'll fill out, but it takes very little looking after. You don't have to do too much to it.
What sort of spot? Sunny, shade?
I'm going to go sunny, absolutely. Now, it's supposed to be scented.
It is scented.
Oh my word! Yes, it absolutely is.
I'm going to go for
that. That is a beautiful smell.
Yeah. I guess.
What's that remind me of? It's a bit. It's not citrusy.
I think it's a bit honeysuckly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a gorgeous smell. Right, it's good for coastal locations as well, this one, because it can cope with the sort of sea salt air and things like that too. So it's really good for coastal.
So my garden's quite exposed.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Hey, I think it's you have found yourself a new home.
You're coming home with me.
I am. That just sounds a winner to me.
It is, isn't it?
Sounds like it gives it a lot of value. So evergreen. Let's just recap actually, because this is one that I'm not as familiar with. So evergreen.
Evergreen.
Flowers.
October through to about May time.
Wow, that's
really hard working.
Fragrance.
Oh, the fragrance! I'm so I'm in love with that fragrance.
Fully winter hardy Bex.
Fully winter hardy, absolutely.
Grows about 1 metre by metre.
Really neat growth as well. Just needs a little bit of light pruning after the flowers are faded.
And will tolerate exposed sites as well.
And will tolerate exposed, and it's good for coastal locations.
That's got a lot of pluses.
It's got a lot going for it, hasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of pluses.
Yeah, now I'm thinking maybe I need that in my garden as well.
Well, I'm definitely going to go for that. Right. It's good, isn't it? It's a real good amount.
Ian is telling us that he has learnt to put a lot of evergreens in his garden.
Ian, was that taken today?
So that's now.
Right, let me have some. I need to get closer to
you're going to have to go round. I can't see from here.
Right, Ian, that, for this time of year...
There's a bamboo. I can see... Is that a fatsia I can see on the right-hand side?
Where we're looking. Yeah, that looks like a fatsia.
That looks like a fatsia, doesn't it?
It's got definitely Casino Nandina at the back. Bex.
Oh yes, Nandina. Yeah.
Kojo no Mai for the fronts.
Nice. Yes, that's in that pot, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, I like that pergola bit there. That's what I want to create outside my house.
That looks gorgeous.
That looks really pretty.
There's loads of evergreen things there. I'm not quite sure what's in the blue pots.
No.
No. Not sure what's in the blue
Is that a
pots.
bamboo on the right-hand side, sort of?
But yeah, that's a
Something
bamboo at the
tall there,
back,
looks
at the
like a
very
bamboo,
back. That
doesn't
looks
it?
good. That looks great, Ian. Love
Yeah,
that.
very nice. That's going to be a lovely place to sit out in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Vicky. Vicky, look at all your grow your own.
Oh my word. I'll tell you what, if that was a farm shop, I'd be in there.
Yeah, I'd be very happy.
Wow.
You've got your rhubarb, your runner beans.
Good
got
crop
your
of blueberries at the
blueberries,
front, yeah.
beautiful tomatoes.
What a great... That is
Wow.
how inspiring.
That's really inspiring.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you for that. And then Karen's just sent some pictures in of a... Oh, just coming
she's got
out.
the standards. She's got the bush in the middle and the standards on either side.
Now-
Look at that.
Do you know what? I was thinking of doing that, but I've got to do mine the opposite way around because I've got a standard and a small border.
Right.
So I'm gonna put a Kojo no Me
On either side of it.
That looks great though. That
love
looks
that.
fantastic. Wow, I love the hellebores as well. Got some hyacinths coming up.
Karen, you've got the mimosa and you've got it next to what we're coming to next, which is our black Salix, the black pussy willow.
Yeah. That mimosa looks great there.
That
doesn't it,
mimosa
as
looks
well?
amazing,
Yeah. Thank you. We love it when you send in pictures.
I love seeing people's gardens,
Yes.
don't you? It's the best thing.
So I'm coming
Genuinely
back.
enjoy it. It has to go round so we can see the
Yeah,
screen.
we have TV screens.
What I'm doing is this.
And I just walk because otherwise I can't
Sean
see your
just goes
pictures clearly enough.
They are massive TV screens. But we are blind.
Our eyesight's, well, mine's not great.
Mine's getting worse.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Anyway.
Anyway, let's bring you one of our other new
Yes.
items because we've got the Salix. This is the black pussy willow, and it's in a standard form as
Yeah.
well.
So again, the head of this has been grafted on that tall stem.
oh,
They were
Ian, they were the
sorry, those
Caribbean lilies.
They were the Caribbean lilies.
The ones that we couldn't
In the blue
identify
pots.
in the pots of the blue
Yes.
pots.
Yes.
Bacilla natalis, or whatever they're called.
Yes.
Very nice.
Thank you, Ian, for letting us know.
Yeah,
But
thanks for letting us into your garden.
But what a lovely garden at this time of year, so much greenery.
Yeah.
And I'm the same. I'm trying to get. I've still got deciduous things and herbaceous things, but it's important to have, I think, things that do look green and good all year round.
Yeah.
But that would look lovely. Right. First time. I think this is the first time we've had this on the show, isn't it?
I've never seen it before.
No, we've had the pink
Never
pussy
grown it
willow.
before.
But this
Super interesting.
is the black one, which is really quite dramatic.
I think it's really dramatic. It's quite unique. I've never seen it that I can think
No.
of growing anywhere.
And in fact, even on when we presented the shows previously.
yeah. I don't remember bringing
no.
this before.
Wow.
No, absolutely not. It's going to be a beautiful addition to any spring garden because just like the other Salix that we've been bringing you, it has these gorgeous furry catkins at this time of year. Very, very distinctive. Easily controlled as well. Now, this can get quite big. It can, if you want it to, it can get quite big, but this is easily controlled, so you can prune this back quite
and
happily.
I guess because it's a standard, it's only the top that's going to get big, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. But you can selectively prune this back and keep this nice and controlled if you want to. It's really, really beautiful. It does love water because it's a willow.
Yeah, of course.
Pussy willow. So you do want to make sure you keep it nicely well watered. In a pot will be absolutely fantastic, won't it?
And when this gets bigger, you can actually take some of these branches off and use them as indoor displays.
Yeah, you
They'd
really
look
could.
really dramatic,
You
wouldn't
could.
they? You think about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
be gorgeous.
I always think black, black contrasted with white or pink sometimes. Black
Yeah,
and pink looks good.
absolutely. I think it's really pretty, and you get these lovely red stems on there as well, where the black really contrasts perfectly.
Wow. And it's 65 to 80 metres tall in the centre pot. But it is all about that black there as well. Wow, absolutely stunning. And
It's beautiful. It
It
really is quite
really is.
unique, isn't it?
And thank you, Karen sent her picture in of hers. It looked absolutely fabulous,
I
didn't it?
love 'em.
Now, don't forget to get all of the special promotions on the show. Use the code YGTV924. And I know we're getting some new club members today. If you're not a club member, then you can actually become a club member today for just £5 a year on auto renewal.
Yeah, you really
well.
can. It's honestly, the amount of savings that you can make by joining our club is incredible.
What amazes about the fact that this is a standard
for this price.
For
Sorry, we were just
$16.99.
going, is this right? I can't believe that we've got a standard for $16.99, but it is.
That is really. I know what you're saying, Bex. You might be thinking, would you just get the regular one? But no, you do get the standard.
You do get the standard, absolutely, and that's why I was just a bit confused by the price, particularly when you think skillfully grafted onto the top there, and this is winter hardy. I mean, it's really hard to kill a Salix. I've said it now, but it is really, really hard to kill a Salix. It is incredibly hardy. Down to like something like -20 or something.
So
these can cope with it.
if you did manage to kill it, and that would take some doing.
It would really take some doing.
It does come with a lifetime guarantee. Anything that is fully winter hardy always comes with that lifetime guarantee, and would replace it for free. All you pay is the postage. That
Yes,
is
you
literally
would.
it. I like that. It's different.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
Do you know what I'd
I like
have?
these red anthers that are coming off it too.
I'm just thinking I would definitely plant that with some colour next to it. I mean, if it was in a pot, if you under you're right.
I went to lean and nearly fell over.
But you could underplant that with, I mean, you know, some of the, I'll tell you what would look good. You know our primulas, Bex?
I'm getting the primulas to underplant on everything.
Oh, go hang on.
I'm just going to drop them all over the floor. Yeah, I think the Primula ballerina underplanting everything, creating that lovely tiered effect down the bottom.
In fact, see what I thought it would look good with the April planter.
Hang on, folks, bear with us.
Yeah, just doing a bit of
garden design.
Design, yeah.
I mean, obviously that'll be a bit taller, but yeah.
Imagine that with some bright colours around it.
It'd be so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got the black catkins, and then you'll have the colour underneath. It will be absolutely gorgeous.
Girl. That's all right, I'm coming back, Bex. I'm just trying to get my 10,000 steps in a day.
They're really soft as well, just like you would expect. Just like you would expect from the catkins. They're really tactile and soft.
It's gorgeous.
Love them.
And the price, bearing in mind, is a standard, is incredible. So if you want the Primula ballerina, don't forget they're on a buy one, get one free. Great for underplanting at $19.99. Or don't forget the black Salix. Standard Black Pussy Willow is only $16.99.
I'm impressed with that one.
Yeah, I am. Great price, but something a little bit different. I'll be honest, Bex, it's not for everyone. It's one of those that you'll either love it or you won't, but I love it.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I've talked myself into it.
Yeah. Really unusual.
Which is what I always do here. Yeah. I start off going, no, I don't need that in my garden. And then by the end of talking to you about it, I'm like, no, I do need that in my garden.
We always need more plants.
Persuade myself all the time.
Always. Right.
Oriental lily bulbs.
This. Now, hang on. Again, the value here, 25, but it's a double-up deal. So
yes, you can get 50 of these.
For $14.99.
Absolutely.
50.
Do your maths on that.
Oh, hang on. 50 for 40. I can do it. 20 odd p, that is. Hang on. 50 for 50. I think it's 30p.
Is it? I'm not even trying, Sean.
It's 30p a bulb.
30p a bulb?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
30p.
Look at the colours as well.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful colour mix that you'll get. Now, I think 50 bulbs of the lilies, because they grow nice and slender, don't they? They don't take up loads of space, but you get these beautiful, large, I mean, headily scented. Right, there's a difference between the Oriental and the Asiatic lilies. So Oriental lilies, they are fragrant. Asiatics aren't. Oriental lilies tend to be bigger blooms as well.
And slightly later flowering, aren't they?
Slightly later. Yes, you're right. Asiatics are first, so Orientals come later. Now, Oriental lilies I use the majority of the time in the cut flower market because of the size of the flower and because of the gorgeous fragrance. But also it's to do with the foliage as well, because the foliage on the Oriental lily is more spaced out and it has a more heart-shaped foliage too. So there's lots of reasons for it.
But you imagine this, you're paying 30 pence a bulb if you double up. The value there, just because you've got so many, you could use them as cut flowers as well, and they are. I always think lilies are hardy. They come back year after year.
You don't have to do anything.
No, Generally speaking, they are pretty self-supportive as well.
Most of the time they're self-supportive. I grew loads of lilies last year. Sometimes I needed to stake a few of them because what they would do is, depending on where I've planted them, they grow towards the sun. So they might do this a little bit, but it's not because they're not strong stems. It's because they're trying to get to grow towards the sun. So sometimes I supported, but
they are the easiest. In fact, when I worked on another channel, you might remember this, Bex, the presenters there was a lily growing competition.
Yes.
We were all given a bag of oriental lilies. Now, some of the presenters were into gardening, and obviously I was one of them. A lot weren't, but everyone grew lilies. Everyone grew a really great display of lilies.
Yeah.
And some of the presenters had never gardened in their life.
They are super easy to grow and super easy to look after. Now, if you are using them as cut flowers, great. They have nice, tall, strong, sturdy stems. We're talking about, because oriental lilies will get taller than Asiatic as well, so they'll get to about 75 centimetres in height. So obviously cut the top off, you know, as much of the stem as you need in order to create the lovely cut flower, but leave the rest of the stem to die back naturally. That's how you get the goodness to go back in the bulb, and that means they will come back for you year after year. And
if you are planting them, I mean, they look great in pots. I think they look great on mass, but if you are planting them in beds and borders, do bear in mind, they only flower once a year. They don't keep producing stems. So always have things around them that will come into flower once your lilies have gone over.
Yeah, absolutely. And plant in multiples as well.
Yeah,
do plant in multiples. Don't do what I've done in the garden. I'll put one here and one there. That looks weird. Don't do it.
No, they do look good on mass.
Put 3, put 5, put 7 together, and you'll create a lovely little display then.
But that is about value to me. If you double up 50 oriental lilies for just $14.99. If you just want to go for 25, it's still a great deal at £9.99 as well. Right, I'm dying to get to our dahlias. So everyone is going daily mad this year.
They really are.
Have you planted the pom-poms, Bex?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
You have to.
I'm looking for the other day. Wait, they're right here, aren't they?
Well,
I want to put these next to it. I just want to suggest that if you are going for the pom-poms, that maybe you should go for the hybridizers as well. Or if you're going for the hybridizers, maybe you want to go for the pom-poms too.
I'm with you, because I think dahlias look great, again, en masse, where you've just got loads of colour, lots of different types of dahlias. You don't have, but we've all got different ideas. You might be going for more of a designer look in your garden.
Yeah.
And I think the pom-poms, if you like clean lines, structure.
Yeah, like if you've got the allium, we're thinking of the same thing, aren't we? Yeah, I get that. Yeah. If you want the Instagram garden.
Yes.
I don't want the Instagram garden.
I've got my garden, I've got different sections.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, you know, Montadona has all these different gardens.
Yeah,
I was like, I want that, you know. So I've tried to create different gardens within my garden.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
But
if I had the space, I'd probably do the same thing. Yeah.
But there's no right of all.
No. I quite like the idea of mixing all of this in together, and particularly with the pom-poms. Let's get rid of the hybridizers for a second. With the pom-poms, I really enjoy these because they're very structured, aren't they? And they do remind me a little bit. I love alliums because I love those ball shapes that you get, those wonderfully perfect, almost symmetrical ball shapes. Well, that's exactly what you're getting with your pom-pom dahlias here.
And actually, if you wanted to go for more of a contemporary look, these in a really kind of contemporary pot would look very modern, wouldn't they? But equally, my mum's got a country cottage garden. These mixed in with other things.
Just mixed in with everything else would look beautiful.
But I love the shape of these. I love the colours. And do you know what? I love dahlias. I really do. To me, dahlias are, it's an old expression, but it's a bang for your buck.
Yeah.
You get a big show for a few pounds. They'll come back year after year after year. So these are tubers. If you lift them as the first frost starts to appear, keep them somewhere frost-free and dry, they will come back year after year after year. Some people do leave them in the ground, but it's always a risk, because if it's a wet or a really cold winter, then they may not survive. They just go to mush, basically, the tubers. But at $12.99 for 5, if you double up, you can go for 10.
Look how perfect they are.
I know. And height-wise, you do get really good height with dahlias.
Yeah.
These will fill a border.
Like 3 feet height and loads of foliage at the bottom, and then these beautiful flowers that rise up at the top. If you're planting as many dahlias as I am this year, then you will have cut flowers for days. Honestly, you'll be able to, because these will just keep repeat flowering for you. The more you cut the flowers, the more it'll encourage more blooms to come through. Do make sure your blooms are open before you cut them, because dahlias won't open in the vase, basically. That's quite an important point.
I now had a question about dahlias. How soon can you plant them outside?
Oh, if you cover them at night.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But again, it depends where you live. Now, if there was a really severe frost, did struggle, but we're into March now.
We're into March. I think we're going to get some. We're still going to get some frost overnight.
Yeah, but a very light frost on the surface, it would tolerate. But just cover them with fleece, and you should be fine.
Fleece, or if you've got those glass, like cloche things, that
like a cold frame.
Cold frame, yeah, like those sorts of things. Those will work brilliantly as well, won't they?
A fleece normally just protects at that extra 2 or 3 degrees. Yeah. And also another little tip. So, what was the lady's name?
Penny.
Penny. If they're in pots, if you have them against the wall of your house, it's amazing that radiant heat can again lift the temperature 1 or 2 degrees. So if you've got maybe a corner of the outside of your house where you can put these next to the brickwork or the stonework with a fleece over, if it was frosty, that should give them enough protection.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't done that is because it means I have to go out and take it off every day and put it on in the evening, because you can't just leave it covered in a fleece, can you? Because obviously it needs the light and stuff there. So as long as you're prepared to take it off during the day, put it back on at night time, all good, I think. As we say, depending on where you live, we can't just say, yes, do it, because it depends on where you live and the kind of frost expectations that you're getting in that area of the country. As Sean often says, there's a big difference between Scotland and Brighton, for example.
But you should, I was going to say, you should be okay if you just give them that extra little bit of protection. But I do also, I'm a bit of a weather geek, and I do look at the weather forecast. And I know in my area, there's no frost forecast for the next few weeks.
No, not for the next few weeks.
So, yeah, you should be able to plant those in pots outside. Just keep your eye on them, fleece them if you need to, and put them against the wall to give them that extra couple of degrees.
Lovely. Hope we've helped, Penny.
Yes. You'll love your dahlias, Penny. You will.
We're going to have a dahlia off. We're going to be sending all the pictures. Can you imagine all the pictures we're going to be talking about?
That's our plan this year. We want to see loads of dahlia pictures. And if you don't send them in, we'll just show you all of ours. Right, anemones next. These are cute.
Yeah, so these are the anemone blanda bulbs. 75 of these, but it's a buy one get one free, so you're going to get 150 of these bulbs. That might sound like a massive amount. It really isn't. Just think about the sort of size that these are going to grow to. We are only talking 10, 15 centimetres height and spread.
I'm just going to get one of those packets because they're only tiny anemones.
They're small bulbs, and that is what anemones look like.
Now, if you're dreading the idea of planting 150, you might be thinking, oh, Sean and Bex, give me a break. Come on. You only plant these about 1 inch to 2 inches deep.
Easy.
So actually...
But dig one big hole.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be deep, so you're not going to have to get your big spade out. A trowel is all you need. And you can plant those. You can see there's planting depth, and you can plant them really close together. I bet the spacing is really small, isn't it?
It's 10 to 15 centimetres width that you get on these, so it's not going to be massive at all. You could just do a big hole.
Can you see the size of them?
Scatter them in and then cover them.
They're not much bigger than a dried pea.
Yeah.
So pea size. There you go. So I could plant those in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, easy. Absolutely, and what you'll create with these is a lovely carpet of colour that's going to give you several weeks worth of flowers here as well. So we're talking anywhere between sort of 3 and 6 weeks worth of flowers. They will naturalise. They're a member of the buttercup family. They give you these lovely daisy-like flowers in those lovely mixed shades of the lilacs and the purples and the indigos and the whites. They're going to be really, really pretty. Proper workhorse, that. Carpet of colour. We're excited by the carpet of colour, aren't we? The crocuses, the snowdrops.
I was just thinking, I've got a few of those in my garden that were there previously, but I could do with some more. And mine are around bases of trees, and they look really pretty there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Underplanting. I think I said before, didn't I? I've got lollipop-shaped trees, you know, bushes that I've kind of shaped into that lollipop shape. Now that means I can get that tiered effect underneath. Those would be perfect. And they'll just keep coming back every year.
God. Right, thank you for all your orders today, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm just hearing that the Salix Black Pussy Willow is going
Not
very
surprised.
well.
Bit different,
Because it's a
that
bit unique, for sure, a bit different.
Right, can you have enough dahlias? No. So
Never.
we've got some more, yeah? These are the hybridisers. These are, we've called them the hybridisers, but we could have called these the value mix as well.
Oh,
because
totally.
I think out of all the dahlias we've had this year, these have got to be the best value.
I love the way you say yeah.
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 I'm Northern.
I like it.
I'm from York.
Because when you say yes and yes, yes and yes.
I'm not. I don't think I sound like Northern anymore.
You don't, but
No.
you just have these odd little.
I do have to buy a bottle of
affectations.
wine.
Quite like it.
Not a bottle, a small glass of wine.
They'll last you for years and years.
You don't really have an accent, do you?
No, I don't.
No.
Everyone thinks I'm from London, and I'm not. I'm from Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's from Birmingham. He's got a bit of a Brummie accent. My mum's family are Yorkshire, and I grew up in Lincolnshire. I'm a bit of a I mimic other people. I always take on other people's accents.
Right. Anyway.
Anyway, if I say things like "it be right," then it'll be fine. That's a bit of a Lincolnshire thing. It be right.
I love accents. I don't. Yeah, I love accents.
I love them. Yeah,
I do.
Yes,
love all. I love
yes.
all accents. Right. These are the value mix. So daily hybridisers. I'm hoping that everyone's doubled up on these.
I really hope so. 20 tubers for £11.60. No.
10 for 11.69 club price, but $14.99 for 20.
That's it. That's where I was going for. It's only £2 more to double up, basically.
It works out 75 pence each if you double up. Now, bear in mind, one of these tubers is going to grow to nearly a metre tall this year. There's a bag of 10.
Oh, honestly, you could do some weightlifting with those. That's one bag of 10 right there. But if you double up, you will get 2 of those bags. And I love the mixture of the shapes, the colours. You've got some of the more cactus mixed ones. You've got some of the more pom-pom styles. And look at that gorgeous mix of colour. That is going to give you that cottage garden feel absolutely instantly. In fact, 20 tubers, you've got more tubers in that double up deal than I've planted.
Okay, let's have a think here at home. I cannot think of one other single plant that you can put in your garden for 75p that's going to give a display as big as that come back year after year. Lilies will give them a run for their money, but a lily only flowers once. Dahlias flower from, I would say, June-ish.
About June onwards.
But right into autumn, until the first frost.
We were all very amazed last year when we were driving here and we were talking about it in the potting shed, you know, October and into November. We were driving along and the flowers that we were looking at as we were driving to work was dahlias.
Yeah.
The dahlias were the big business.
So if you want a full garden, and you want to do it on a budget, and you want to make life easy, dahlias.
Yeah,
definitely.
and just lift them at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I know there's always a debate, shall I lift them, shall I not? Just lift them. They're very easy. Dry them out, store them somewhere frost-free, nice and dry, and you'll bring them out next year and get an amazing display.
If you don't want to bother doing that, and I hope you do, but if you don't, at 75 pence each.
You're still doing it on a
buy
budget.
bedding plants, don't we, for more than that? My local nursery would charge $2.50 for one bedding plant in a 9cm pot.
Yeah.
So if you just had them this year and you didn't even look after them over winter, they're going to give amazing displays. I know this year I've already planted some of my dahlias.
Yep.
And I did leave mine out last night when there's a tiny touch of frost, but I know they'll
You'll
be
be
okay.
fine. You'll be fine. Just bring them in tonight.
Oh yeah,
They'll
that's
be
right,
okay.
there isn't a frost. But at that price, bear in mind these are going to grow 3 foot by about this, and they'll flower all through the summer into autumn. Deadhead them. The only thing I'll say, a little tip, and actually it was Adam, one of our other garden experts, that reminded me of this. It was back on Sunday actually. When you deadhead dahlias, sometimes the deadheads look similar to the new buds, but the difference is a deadhead on a dahlia is a little bit more pointed and a new bud is round. I've had that problem before. I've sometimes looked and thought, oh, hang on, is that a new bud or a dead flower? But when they go over...
So the dead one is pointy.
Yeah.
The new one is
more
round.
So,
yeah, I remember feeling like that last year.
They are amazing, those. Value on those. So I'd have called them that. How's your cough? just as I got rid of mine took months, didn't it?
Well, hopefully mine's not going to take months.
Oh, it might. If my mum was here, my mum loves doom when it comes to health. Oh, it could take 3 months.
I'll just keep sucking the sweets. It's all good.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not annoying you at home. Sorry if I am. Apologies. But look,
You're not annoying me, Bex.
I got sweets.
We should have something nice.
I know, no, they're cough sweets.
Yeah.
I smell like eucalyptus, don't I?
Yeah, I think we need the Daphne back now. Anyway, loads have you gone for the dahlias. 10 for £12.99, double up 20 for £14.99. Works out 75 pence each. There's no, if you're quite a novice gardener, there's no skill really needed to grow a dahlia.
No.
And all the instructions on the front, so I'm kind of...
They're heavy, aren't they?
Are we allowed to open? We shouldn't really, should we? We've opened up a lot of things.
We can open one, why not?
Shall we? Just because you might not grow dahlias. All the instructions on the front. So I'm just going to read out what it says. It says plant depth 1 to 2 inches, plant spacing 12 to 18 inches. So look at the size of this. Right, so this is what they call a tuber. All the goodness is stored in here. Now the top, I can see it. You had it a minute ago, Bex.
Around this side, isn't it? There.
That's all right, there you go. So that wants to be a few inches underground. So that's where all the new growth is going to come from. So, I mean, look at the size of that one tuber.
Yeah, and look, they're not... So you can tell when a tuber is no good anymore because these bits would be squishy.
Yeah, they're...
And there is nothing squishy about these at all. They're good, they're solid, and that's how we're going to plant it into the ground. That's the stem.
These are amazing. Like, I've just taken another out. Look at this. These are absolutely...
They're really good, aren't they?
They're
nice,
fabulous.
big tubers, these ones.
I'm not being funny. One of those in a bag for £3 in a garden centre.
Oh, yeah.
They're amazing.
Absolutely fantastic quality, yeah, definitely.
They're some of the best we've ever had.
Made a right mess down here, haven't
I
we?
know, sorry. But you're going to get 10...
10 of those really good quality tubers right there.
So look, they're all the same.
Doesn't matter which ones we pull out, they're all good, aren't they?
Really good. Look at them. Sorry, I'm making a right mess here.
We don't mind. It's all good.
God.
We'll clean it up afterwards.
Yeah, right. You've got to... I think they're going to sell really quickly. Obviously, they're on our website. We have so many viewers that don't necessarily watch the show, but obviously regular shoppers on our website. A lot of you have got obviously our catalogue and things. But you're watching live right now, coming up to 20 to 1 this Wednesday. I would grab those as soon as you can. They're amazing value, and you will love those. I can't wait to see your pictures. And then just something else, I love begonias, we love begonias, you love begonias, but these are the Fimbriata.
Yes, Fimbriata. Beautiful, frilly, mixed colours that you're getting in here. Honestly, it's those ruffled petals and the layer upon layer upon layer of them. They're a wonderful take on our classic begonia. And it's that mixture of colour, isn't it? They're bold, they're bright, they're beautiful, they're weather tolerant, they don't mind a bit of sun, they don't mind a bit of shade. They really are ridiculously easygoing and low maintenance.
And you'll know, if you... as somebody that's gardened for quite a while and you've made up lots of lovely pots and hanging baskets, when now and again we get those wet summers, it's so depressing.
Yeah.
You'll suddenly see certain bedding plants just turn to mush overnight, and it's soul destroying. I know sometimes I've looked and I've had a lovely pot. Well, the pub garden, I learned with the pub garden, because I've only got so many hours in a day, and some years I just planted the wrong things for the summer that we got.
Yeah.
So things like petunias, the Sophinia ones are a lot better, but petunias in general hate the wet, don't they? The flowers, a bit of water, they just go, and that's it. But with begonias, even if it pours down, you might lose the odd flower, it might fall off, but they don't turn to mush. The water bounces off.
They really can cope with the majority of, well, they can cope with all of the British summer weathers that are thrown at them. Whether it's hot and dry, wet and windy, you know, they really don't mind. They don't need the fullest, sunniest position
even
possible.
If it's a cloudy summer, you know, some summers we get a lot more cloud and not as much sun. They don't mind.
They don't mind.
They're true warriors in the garden. A begonia never lets you down.
Yeah.
I like that. Never lets you down. It doesn't though. The Rivas tubers, you want to plant these now. And they're like little bowls, these, and it's the rounded side that you plant downwards. I'll show you, in fact, I know a lot of you know this already, but if you don't, I've got one open here. So, again, you need to keep these frost-free. Let me just get one out to show you. Right, have a little look here. So this is what a begonia tuber looks like. So they're like a bowl shape. One side is curved, the other is concave. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to work out, so just put them in your hand, give them a good feel. If in doubt, normally the rough side is the bottom, because that's where all the roots were last year, okay? And what you want to do to start them off, I always put mine in a seed tray. I'd put 10 in there, put about a couple of inches of soil, or compost I should say, just press them down and then cover them with about 1 centimetre max of compost. You don't want to bury them. Give them water, and in the next few weeks you'll start to get green shoots. Once you've got a few inches growth on these and the frosts have gone, you can plant them then into your beds, your borders and your hanging baskets. And the tubers you can save for next year. Not everyone does, but if you take them out, keep them frost-free and dry, they will come back year after year after year. But they're a really fancy begonia. The Fimbriata, which is, it's like somebody's taken a really fancy pair of pinking shears and just chopped all the petals and made them into something quite spectacular.
They look a bit like, excuse me, they look a bit like carnations, don't they?
Oh, yes. Like giant carnations. Yes, yes.
Definitely, like giant carnations. And I mean, I've become a bit of a fan of carnations, actually, in later years. I never used to like them, but I really do like them now.
No, you're a bit older.
Maybe that's what it is.
No, carnations did have a reputation as being a bit old-fashioned.
Yeah, but they're not. They're beautiful. I love them. I don't like the way that plants come in and out of fashion. No, I don't either.
It's nonsense, don't you?
It is nonsense.
Right. We have got
This has been super popular.
Yeah, plant of the week.
Love that this has been really popular.
And it is our bottle brush plant, the Callistemon, which I have to say is a bit of a showstopper.
Isn't it?
When you look at the way that it flowers, and it is nicknamed the bottle brush plant because this is like a brush, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, can you see? So that's open, then that's where it's going to open from.
Yeah.
So can you see how many of... It's
amazing.
going to be absolutely fantastic,
now
isn't it?
yours will arrive in bud. It may have a few flowers, but this is early. So
It is.
I'll be honest, it may have been in one of our tunnels and things.
Yeah.
But we have had a mild February. Really mild.
Yeah, we're normally talking early summer, aren't we, for the Callistemon?
Yeah.
Sort of June, July time is normal flowering season. But as we're seeing with a lot of things at the moment, just because of the weather, we are seeing slightly different times when it comes to the flowering.
Now, they are hardy, but only to -5. So do bear that in mind. If you live in a particularly cold part of the UK, you might want to think about having this in a pot, giving it that extra protection. I've had mine years. There was one or two bad winters where it's looked a little bit sad at the end of the winter.
Yeah.
But they are hardy to -5.
They are
hardy.
So the only other top tip really to give you with the Callistemon is don't prune it too hard.
Yeah, that's
it
a good
really
tip,
does
actually.
not want and doesn't like having hard pruning. Don't do what Sean's done and shear it or anything.
Well, I told my barber to cut out the grey.
Yeah, no, well, that's why you've got no hair left.
He did say, do you want a skinhead then?
Cheeky. Yeah, it doesn't want a full hard prune. All you need to do with this is a little light trimming after it's finished flowering. So into
don't
the
do
summer,
a number 1.
do not do a number 1.
No.
Not even a number 2.
No, not even number 4. A light trim.
Just
to be honest,
light prune.
I don't think there's any pruning very often at all.
It grows into quite a nice, neat shape anyway. So to be honest, you know, you're not going to really need to do a huge amount to it.
the pollinators love it.
Yeah, so the Royal Horticultural Society have given it the badge of perfect for pollinators. Anything that Royal Horticultural Society have given their badge to, I'm listening to them. They seem to know what they're talking about, those people.
The size of this, the reason why it's been given the title of Plant of the Week is the value, the size of it. It's amazing today. 2.5 litre pot, really good size, down from $24.99 to just $14.99. And for all of you club members, your price is only £13.49. I love that.
That's amazing for that size.
Yeah. This looks quite exotic, this little bit here, doesn't it?
Quite like it, actually.
Yeah, I do.
Quite like these two together.
So quite a lot of you now have gone for our Salix.
Yeah.
First time we've had it on the show, but it has been grafted as a standard. So again, you've got the tall stem there, the top's been grafted on to give it that lollipop shape. But we get very few black flowers in the garden. In fact, if I was to name black flowers, we do the Lily Leandi.
Landini.
Landini, that was it.
The one that you grow.
What have I got this?
Calla. Xanthidescia.
Oh, I've got the canna lilies.
Canna lily.
I've got those in pots.
That's all I can think of.
There's not a lot, is there?
There's not a huge amount.
No.
There's definitely another one. We bought it recently and it's not going to come to me. But you don't get many at all. And you are getting it with this. You get these lovely black catkins. But what you also get on here are these lovely red anthers. The stems themselves are a little bit red too. So as this grows and matures, you're going to have the black against the red of the stems, which is going to look really, really beautiful.
That's stunning.
I can see why this has been so popular, because it is something just that little bit different. The Salix Kilmarnock we've been bringing you, the Salix Pink Pussy Willow that we've been bringing you, they have all been very, very popular. And now you're going for the black one as well. £16.99 for a standard. I'm blown away.
Yeah, I mean,
at
if
that.
it was just a regular shrub size.
Yeah,
but
totally
it's
get
a standard.
that. But it's a standard at £16.99. The grafting process alone for this is so skilled, so involved. I can't quite believe that we are doing it at £16.99, to be honest.
So it likes to be moist. It likes a wet.
Yeah, it's a willow, so it loves a moist spot. Does want sun.
Like sun. And that is pretty much it. They do look after themselves. They're not a difficult one, these.
Ridiculously winter hardy, this.
So well done if you've got hold of that. Been really popular today. Nice easy number as well. 511, 511.
511, 511.
Yeah, I can remember that one. Right.
Heavy duty pots, did you say, Stu?
Yeah, these are just down here. Do you know, Bex and I often talk about these, and they are the best garden helper you can ever imagine. I genuinely use these every single time I garden. Are you the same?
Absolutely, every time I'm out in the garden. So I've planted things in there, but I also use it every single time I'm out in the garden. It's my trug. It's what I use to collect all the garden waste in before it goes into the big bin, you know, the big green bin. But it is a commercial growing pot, and this, well, there's a couple of reasons, but this is one of the reasons. So you've got drainage holes in the bottom.
Which is fairly standard.
But however, you've got drainage holes in the side as well, and this is what makes it a commercial growing pot. This is what's used in the nursery here and other nurseries.
We've got fruit trees, full-size fruit trees, growing in these pots right now. And these drainage holes at the side, I think they're more important than ever, because with climate change, we've had some really wet months.
Yeah.
A lot of plants, most plants, not all of course, but most plants hate to be waterlogged. More plants get killed by being overwatered than underwatered.
Very true.
Yeah.
Really is.
Lots of plants hate it. That allows full drainage, no matter how much rain is there. Without those, on a month that's had a lot of rain, you imagine if this was on a flat surface.
Yeah, there's nowhere for it to run away from. So and that's the same with a lot of pots, particularly when you're getting a month's worth of rainfall in 2 hours.
Right, how strong are you feeling, Bex?
Not very today, but let's give it a go.
Right.
Ready?
I've had mine 10 years. I've never broken one.
It's going to happen one of these days.
We're going to break one.
We're going to do this, aren't we?
Come on! Look, I'm on one leg as well. But no, seriously, you cannot. It's pretty impossible to break those.
They're so well made,
yeah.
And so the handles are never going to break off these. If you've got those floppy plastic ones, I've got loads of them. The handles always break. They crack down the side.
Yeah.
They are absolutely not designed to be outdoors. These are designed to be outdoors. I've had mine for a good 5 or 6 years. You're saying yours are 10, 12 years at least. They will be used for everything. I've got 4 things growing in these. I'm going to, at some point, transplant my Everbearer strawberries into these pots as well. I use them as my garden trug for collecting garden waste and things before it goes in the big bin. I've got one in the kitchen to throw the recycling in before it goes outside. People use them in their garage and in their shed to store things in.
When I'm doing any job in the garden, I've got like different tools and things, I just put them in here. They are the best garden helper
Absolutely.
that I've ever bought from New Garden.
Even better than our furry friends.
Yeah, they are. They're brilliant. And if you've grown any of your own, as Beck said, strawberries, potatoes,
really
tomatoes, fantastic. Fruit trees. When we say fruit trees, I think things like
the patio fruit trees.
And mini fruit trees.
Yeah,
it
the
goes
mini
about 2
orchards
metres.
and things.
Raspberry canes. We've got loads of raspberry canes on our website. Brilliant in those as well. But postage is included. They work out £5 each. They are brilliant, and they're 130,011. We are nearly out of time. If you are trying to get your order to £40, the magical 40, you'll get free delivery on it. So do bear that in mind. Some of the items on the show have got £6.99 delivery, not many, but if you've got postage on your order right now, get some compost, take it over to over £40, you get free delivery on the lot. And at this time, I was so annoyed yesterday. It was my day off. I was on a roll. I was in the greenhouse, ran out of compost. Do you know what I ended up doing?
Did you buy some? Did
No.
you, or you stopped?
I stopped and had a dad nap, as I call it, in the afternoon. I did. I was gardening. I was in the greenhouse. I potted up my dahlias, begonias, ran out of compost.
I'll have a snooze.
And I thought, oh, what?
What do I do now?
So I went inside, thought I'd just have a break, then decide what to do, and then I had a dad nap, fell asleep.
Love a dad nap.
For about 3 hours.
3-hour dad nap?
Yeah.
Did you sleep last night? Yeah.
I did, but I only had 6 hours last night. I went to bed at 12, got up at 6. I didn't need any more.
No, because you had a 3-hour dad nap.
Yeah,
that's
I didn't need any more. Right, so let's just quickly, we're nearly out of time. Compost, best-selling products on New Garden. The compost that we use to grow everything that we grow ourselves on the nursery. So we'll be doing summer hanging baskets ready-made soon. We'll make up tens of thousands of those. We're going to be planting, we are planting lots of bare roots. So hydrangeas, roses, we'll be using this compost. And it is so important that all of our plants are grown to the best ability. We want the plants to look the best, grow the best, and this compost allows us to do that. And we've spent many years perfecting the formulation here, many, many years.
Absolutely. Just relate it to yourself and your own body. If you fed your body takeaway junk for breakfast, lunch and tea every day of the week for 6 months, how do you think your body's going to respond to that?
It would be quite poorly, wouldn't it?
We'd be really poorly, absolutely. So this is the 5 a day that your plants need. It has got all of this goodness in here. We've got 3 different types of peat. We've got the light and the dark peat in here. Some of it's renewable, the sphagnum moss peat. Some of it isn't. We appreciate that, but we know that there's an environmental issue. So we have reduced the amount to the absolute minimum to get the maximum results. We've got composted wood fibre in here. We've got slow release fertilisers. We've got pH buffers so that it puts the acidity level at just the right place. And we've got a wetting agent.
It's an amazing compost. Right, let's talk about the price. $24.98. Now, bear in mind, postage included. We do not claim to be the cheapest, but I know when I go into the big DIY stores now that have got the garden areas, compost has gone up a lot in price over the past several years, and particularly the last couple of years. And a 50-litre bag of compost, you often find that now for £9, £10.
Yeah.
So we're not the cheapest, but then you've got to bear in mind, you get free delivery. Club members, you get your 10% off. And actually, when you start looking at £22.48 delivered free, that is actually a good price, and you will get your free sweet pea seeds with every single order today.
But it's also not about getting the cheapest, it's about getting the best, the best quality. Sometimes buying cheap means that you are actually end up buying twice.
Yeah. What's the point of buying a cheap compost if it doesn't allow your plants to grow well?
If the health of your plant suffers because of it, there really is no point.
And if the plant potentially dies or just doesn't grow to its fullest, to its best, it just makes sense to buy what we believe to be the best compost.
Not just us.
No,
over the years, thousands and thousands of people have reviewed this compost.
Yeah.
Normal, real, just like you and me, people have reviewed this. Please, if you're thinking they're talking nonsense, just put a little message in our chat, will you?
Yes.
Put a little message in the YouTube chat or in the Facebook chat, because we have a bunch of regulars who watch us all the time who will tell you how good this is,
Yeah.
and they are real people.
So if you want to try it for the first time today, we would love you to order. Right, Lynn's just messaged in.
Apparently she's a genius. She's put wheels on her heavy-duty pots so she can fill them with compost. She's got a little compost trundle that follows her around the garden. Pictures
Like it,
or it
Lynn.
didn't happen.
Like it, Lynn.
Lynn, I need to see a picture of that at some point, please. Would you mind? Send us a picture.
That sounds great.
That sounds awesome.
What I've got, Lynn, I'm lucky. I've got a nice greenhouse, but I've got a potting bench and I have just a heavy-duty pot next to it with the compost in.
I always empty the compost into a pot because I just find that a bit easier than in the bag. Love that idea, Lynn.
Oh, well, can we just say a massive thank you to everyone that's watched today. We've
thank
thoroughly
you.
enjoyed having your company. We are back, Bex and I are back tomorrow.
Yeah, we are.
10 o'clock.
10 a.m. We'll be here with some more stuff for you. We might have some new items to show you as well.
Yes.
You never know.
But we're going to leave you the details of something truly pretty. I adore these. These are the Primula Ballerina Mixed. We are still doing the buy one get one free at just $19.99. And do you know there are other Primulas out there, but these are the prettiest because you can see they're doubles.
Double
and
ruffled
gorgeous
blues.
colours.
I love the colours. Honestly, I was so excited when I went for a wander around the nursery and I found these in one of the polytunnels. It's just beautiful, and because you're getting
I've not seen these on the nursery.
Really lovely. They're in that one over there. Go and have a look.
Okay, yeah.
No, that one that way.
Tunnel AC2, isn't it? Yeah.
He's just made that up.
I did just make that up.
He's made it up.
I was hoping to press over Bex and go, how do you know that?
I did have a moment.
But I bet they look lovely on mass.
Look absolutely gorgeous on mass, and they all look this good, honestly.
And we should say, these are going to be great flowers now, up to summertime.
By June.
They'll have a rest in summer, but they'll come back year after year. And actually, as they grow into clumps, you can divide them.
Yeah, and these are the perfect plants for underplanting.
Yes.
You know, they don't need bright sunshine.
No.
They can cope with a bit of shade. So I think if you're underplanting any of the bushes you've got in your garden, or if you bought some of the standard plants, if you want to underplant and create that tiered effect, Primula Ballerina are absolutely perfect for that.
Now, we're just hearing a lot of orders still coming through for our plant of the week. You do need to grab that.
Well
you
done.
can order after the show, but the golden rule is always use a code, which this week is YGTV924. Now, tomorrow we've got loads more new stuff, haven't we?
Yeah, we didn't get to everything. We've got loads of stuff. We've got patio fruits.
Oh, you've got the lovely peach tree.
The peach tree.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's got lovely kind of sword-shaped leaves. It's got beautiful pink blossom, and you can grow peaches here in the UK. Even in Lincolnshire, where we're broadcasting from. So, for myself, Sean Ryan, thank you so much. The lovely Bex Edwards.
See you tomorrow.
Stu, who you don't see, but he looks good.
He does look good, yeah.
And he's a genius. He does all of our technical for us.
Yeah,
Single-handedly, so he does amazing.
He keeps us under control.
He does.
Which is a hard job.
And he takes the mick out of us, but we don't mind that. So we will see you bright and breezy. Make it a date tomorrow with YGTV, 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock, and back on Sunday, 10 till 2. Take care and happy gardening.
Bye, everyone.